This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA Holes!
No way.
From the Sanosi 1.5K King Studios of Arizona is Mark I started choking on coffee before I went live, and I couldn't recuperate. And I'm supposed to be yelling and screaming right now, early in the day. From the Sanosi 1.5K King Studios of Arizona. It's Mark Zuckerberg buying the UFC, the latest in combat sports. The MMA Holes Hour with the MMA Holes. Yes. Hi. Happy Monday. It's a good start to the week. It's good to see everyone in the chat. How's everyone doing today?
Wonderful.
Ariel Helwani in the background. We got the horror. It is October. And yes, Halloween, the month of horror is here. So the spooky background. Be careful. It's really creepy behind us. A lot of stuff to get to today. As we watched Bare Knuckle on Saturday. We watched Belletor. And we started off the show with the UFC. So many things to discuss on this wonderful, wonderful Monday show. So it's good to see everyone here. I hope you're having a good start to your week. Ariel Helwani is live as well. How is he live? I got him trapped in the fucking window over there. By the way, the chat is completely free, so type away whatever you'd like to say over there. Good to see everyone in that chat. And if there's anything that's going on Ariel, and if you're watching both programs and there's like an interview or something that you're like, oh, you got to check this out, let us know. We'll chime into that. I'll give my opinion. If there's any breaking news, I'll give my opinion on that as well. But today's topic, I keep on saying tonight, it's always a night show. Today's topic, Mark Zuckerberg, sitting cage side at the UFC Vegas 61 event. And he was just having a delightful time. Dana White said that he did not rent out the Apex, and then bang, there he is sitting there cage side with his beautiful wife, and Dana White just goofy grins, just having a grand time. And we're gonna break this thing down because it was one of the weirdest experiences watching a UFC fight. So we're gonna talk about this. And I reached out to Big Ben Rothwell, of course. Ariel scooped me on him. No answer, Ben. What's going on? No worries. Then I reached out to Randy Brown, who fought in the co-main event of the UFC card. And then I saw he was going live on his channel on Twitch. So Randy Brown, shout out to Randy Brown. Really great guy. He got a big win against Francisco Trinaldo. Not his best performance, but won. And that's all that matters. Just keep winning, right? So I'm going to try to drag him on Wednesday. We'll get Ben Rothwell back on the show as well. I want to reach out to Caleb Harris, who got a big win in BKFC, and some other personalities. So stand by, stay tuned. Wednesday nights is when we do our interviews. Now, the Zuckerberg situation, okay? this this hot mess that happened on Saturday. So Dana never said that Zuckerberg was not coming to the event. He never said that. He just basically said the theory of him renting out the Apex is a bunch of lies, a bunch of BS. Number one.
This is number one bullshit.
Number one bullshit, as Chris Cyborg says. You know, right, Cyborg, right?
This is number one bullshit.
Zuck's wife is a Chinese dude. Is that a Chinese? No, it's not a Chinese dude. I don't think, at least. And she's pregnant again, I think, with another one of his kids. He's got an interesting setup. You know, Mark Zuckerberg's got a very interesting thing going on. He's like a robot. His wife, kind of like a robot as well. Although I haven't really seen her speak much, but just watching her mannerisms, they seem perfect together. They're happy. Zuck's wife, I saw that. Zuckerberg, Cowboys 3-1 baby. So are the Giants. Foog Facebook. Zuck's wife is a Dern fan, not supporting her fellow countrywoman, Yan. Is she from China? Or because she's Chinese, she's instantly not American? What? That's not a woman. That's Li Jingliang.
Wonderful, wonderful.
You don't see Ariel entertaining this kind of humor on his show. You know what I'm saying? We have a poll in the live chat over here. Woo, 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 woo. Did Dana White lie about Zuck retiring? And 66% saying yes, 17% saying, well, now 19% saying no, and 17% saying sort of. So we'll keep this poll in the chat. I think majority will say yes, but I have some things and thoughts about this situation because I got to be honest, sort of is the answer. I don't think he rented it out. In fact, this is what I think. I think that Dana White is there's 2 years left in the ESPN deal, right? And I think Dana's weighing his options. Now, not just with a new, the fuck was that, a bat? Not just a new platform for him to stream on, not just that, but perhaps an investor or someone that wants to buy out the UFC. I mean, Zuck's got some deep pockets, right? So I think what Dana did was he said, hey, you're invited. You're a big UFC fan. Maybe wife's a big Mackenzie Dern fan. I don't know. You're invited to the Apex. What we're going to do is going to make it all for you. This is just going to be me, you, the wife sitting cage side. I'm just going to laugh and pretend everything you say is funny. And look at Dana White, just delightful. You never see Dana White like that. I mean, it's just like, yeah, ha, 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 money. Like I think that's what happened. I think this is a business situation that was going on. Now, as a fan consuming this, I kind of wish that Dana White just flat out said, hey, this is what's happening. But I don't think he can because he's still working with ESPN. He still has people that own the company. Like, there are still people that it would be incredibly disrespectful if he's like, well, I got Zuckerberg there because the ESPN deal is almost done. And Zuckerberg, you never know. He can't do that. He can't. So this is why this makes sense. I don't think this was a complete, it did work. People are talking about it as a publicity stunt, but I have a feeling that you can't say exactly what's going on here because people might get upset. People that are paying money, putting money in the direction of the UFC might be like, wait, hold on a second, what? So I think that's what happened. It was weird. It was weird to watch because there was no crowd, there was no media, there was nothing. There was just basically the commission, you had your announcers. Bruce Buffer was even there. I mean, Bruce is not doing that show. This is Bruce Buffer, for God's sakes. He's not doing these Apex shows like that anymore. This is not the pandemic or anything. Bruce is big time, pay-per-views, the whole deal. But he was in the building. This was a showcase. That's what it was. It was a weird event to showcase because of the card wasn't like on paper the best card, but you can't really do this with a pay-per-view, right? You got to fill the seats. You got to go cray-cray. So that's my thing. That's my assessment of the situation. I want to know what you think in the chat because I think people are just like, no, he's a flat-out liar. He rented out the Apex. Everything's pointing in a different direction. Dana didn't lie about that. He's lied before about other things, but I don't think he lied about that. All right, let's see what the chat says over here. I see DJ Holland saying happy Monday and a wonderful, wonderful Monday to you. Wonderful. DJ Holland, Skinwalker, this is the best show on YouTube. Hit the likes and subscribe. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wonderful.
I don't even know what I just did there, but thank you. Appreciate that. Smash the like button. We are getting the early shows are going to get going here on Mondays, so make sure you bash likes. To be honest, Zuck buying UFC will only further grow UFC globally because Meta is huge globally, says Lance. Listen, we put a little thing on our community post. A lot of people are hesitant. A lot of people are like, I'm not going to watch the UFC anymore if they go to Facebook and Meta and all that stuff. I can't stand Zuckerberg. And I get it. I do. Facebook is horrible. It's a horrible platform. It's very intrusive. They collect data. There's a lot of things on Facebook that's slimy and scummy. And then the platform itself, what it is, has turned into just the ugliest platform on the internet. It really is. If you go on Facebook, it's just filled with toxic people. That's all it is. It's just people enabling each other, arguing about politics, yelling and screaming about their shitty day. Like it's just terrible. If you post something that's like patting yourself on the back and be like, hey man, support this cause, no one's gonna like that shit. But if you put a baby picture on there, everyone's like, ooh, goo goo gaga, that's a cute kid. Like it's just weird. No one gives a fuck about anything on Facebook. It's just this weird on the internet. So I get it. And here's the thing. A lot of people are like, well, if the UFC goes to Facebook, you bring in that younger demographic. You don't. You don't. Facebook is for old people. That's what it's for. If you go into a school, right, with young kids that are just dabbling into social media, Facebook is on the last of their things to do. They don't give a fuck about Facebook. Kids are they rather do Snapchat and TikTok and, whatever else. YouTube's still a thing, but like there are other platforms where they hang out on to get away from the crusty old people. Facebook is not that platform. So the UFC going over there, it would only be for money. It wouldn't be to get in that young demographic. It would just basically be to put some cash in the pockets, and that's that. You do have the metaverse. That is interesting, but it's so ground floor that we can't really get too excited about that yet. So is it impossible that the UFC will be going over to Facebook and maybe streaming exclusively on Facebook? No, it's not. I think Zuckerberg has deep enough pockets that he could pull something out like that off. Or maybe a combo deal where you're on a network and Facebook as well. Maybe something like that's going to happen. I think it's inevitable. So maybe the ESPN days are winding down. Or just maybe Zuckerberg will own the UFC. Those are the two things I'm going with. Now, the question to the chat is, do you agree? Do you disagree? And if they do go to that, is it going to turn you off? Because I get why it would. Zuckerberg does whatever the New World Order Forum tells him to do, and they're the ones behind the sex change of 3-year-olds. Oh, wow. Here we go. D-Rest, come on, baby. Let's go. Drop in the 6.
Come on,
get loud.
MMA-Holes in the crowd.
We got a crazy show today.
Come on, get loud. MMA-Holes in the crowd.
Got
MMA-Holes in the crowd. MMA-Holes in the crowd. MMA-Holes in the crowd.
Okay.
I'll fucking murder you all.
What? Happy Monday. D-Rest is gonna murder everybody. Thank you. That was very nice of you, D-Rest. I appreciate that. You don't see that on Ariel. You just don't get that on Ariel Helwani. What is Ariel doing right now? Here, I got him on in the background here. He's talking to AJ McKee. AJ McKee looks like, I don't want to say. He looks homeless. And by the way, AJ McKee had a performance against Spike Carlisle. That first round was nuts, and then it kind of settled into AJ McKee, kind of calming down the situation, but it was craziness. I think AJ got a little exposed. Last fight and this fight, it's like I was all in on AJ McKee, and maybe AJ was looking past, a lot of things, because he was doing so well in Belletor, and he was like, I want to fight this guy, I want to fight that guy, and forgetting about the task at hand. And who knows, maybe this is a reality check for the guy, but he's got holes. Like there are things in his game where you got to be like, wait, maybe he's not that great. I don't know. But he did get the win, so that's that. Thank you, D-Rest, for the donation. Appreciate that. So yeah, Ariel's talking to AJ McKee. Now there's 2,000 people over there, 6 D4 people over here, but I have to say this, you guys are in a free live chat. We're not going to say, hey, you have to be a member in order to fucking speak your mind. Now, if you want to drop a donation, support the show, feel free. No obligation over there. Chat is ready to go. Okay? So, there you go. You can watch both programs. I'm not saying don't watch Ariel. You can watch both programs. I'm fine with that, but you could chat here. Okay, what else do we got over here on the...
Please, I'm begging you. Don't ever buy another UFC pay-per-view again.
D-Rest drops a $50 donation. He's going crazy today.
I don't want your money.
Oh, my God.
Pussies, I don't want your money. Pussies.
Oh, my God.
Pussies, I don't want your money. Pussies, money. Pussies, you're a moron.
Oh, my God.
I don't want your money.
Come on, D-Rest.
Money. Pussy.
He don't want your money.
Pussy. I don't give a f***.
Murder Incorporated. Ha 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 money.
Thank you. Wow, D-Rest with a $50 holler donation. Thank you. I'm actually wearing a D-Rest shirt right now. So shout out to D-Rest. Holy shit, my man D-Rest going crazy today. Love it. Okay, let's see. I think your analysis is pretty damn accurate, honestly, says Dustin Diamond. Thank you, Dustin. Appreciate it. On what, though? I talked about a couple of things. On the Zuck situation, on AJ McKee, let me know. And I appreciate the kind words. Remember, UFC was the only organization that stood up to the whole pandemic. Ridiculous. And then Zuckerberg will be at the whim of the World Economic Forum. So Mafia Puppet talking about... I mean, he's not wrong. Like the UFC did, they stood up to the pandemic. They said no. We're gonna keep the party going. Did have help because of Trump. Being in buddy with Trump helped tremendously. Dana was able to get away with stuff that he would never be able to get away with under this regime. So I guess what Dana's doing too is he's creating allies. Listen, Zuck's weird. He's a weird dude. He creeps me out. I'm not going to lie. He's very creepy, and I am not a fan of Facebook in any way. But he's powerful. Dana's not stupid. The Zuck situation? Okay, Dustin, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's the only logical thing that's going on here with this. He didn't rent out the Apex. Come on. The UFC is Dana White's a very smart dude. He is surrounding himself with powerful people. Look at Brendan Schaub. Brendan Schaub, the dopiest person on the internet, but he's networking. He's going around hanging out with people that are smarter than him, surrounding himself with powerful people, and no matter what you'd say or do to Brendan Schaub, it's not going to stop him. He's going to keep going because he's got his friends. Dana White is incredibly smart. Look what he's done with the UFC and with MMA. Look what Dana White has done. He's just, listen, he's schmoozing. Now, does this make you think anything different of Dana White? Not for me. I'm not a big Zuckerberg fan. I don't like Facebook. But Dana White's a businessman. What is he going to do? He's going to get in there with the most powerful people he could possibly be with. And when shit hits the fan, or if he needs to sell, or if he needs to be on a platform to stream on, he could just pick up the phone and away he goes. Smart, intelligent man in Dana White. He is not stupid. He is willing to say, no media, no fans. I'm going to have this weird, hollow experience. And I feel so bad for the fighters. I hope we can get Randy Brown on soon because I really want to, we took a step back and it felt like the pandemic again because no one was in there. I was listening to the audio of the punches and the kicks. It was cool during the pandemic because it was different, but I don't want that anymore. It just doesn't do anything for me. The fact that Dana White is willing to sacrifice the actual show for his actual fan base to make it more enjoyable for Zuckerberg, money is coming in somewhere. Something's happening. The wheels are spinning in Dana's head. So here on the show, we're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to try to figure it out. I narrowed it down to two things. Either Zuck's going to buy the UFC or invest heavily in the UFC, or the UFC could move from ESPN after the contract's done and may exclusively stream in the metaverse or on Facebook. You might have to download Facebook to watch the UFC. Not impossible. Or both. It could be a combination of both. So that's my theory over there. Let's see what the chat says. They're going to ruin the UFC like everything else is Guido. I mean, I can't argue it. I really can't. I don't like Facebook. But let me try to play. All right. Let me try to play devil's advocate. I don't have the luxury of having my co-host here. She's with the baby, but she loves you guys to death. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the other side. If you look at Facebook, there was MySpace, and then that was it, right? There was really nothing else. You had your LimeWires and your Napster to download illegal music and this and that. You had MySpace that was massive back in the day. Facebook creeps in there and just destroys. Like it becomes the internet. Like when you think about signing in or just going online, Facebook is the first place that everyone goes to back in the day. You know? Because, yeah, I do remember that. I was a big fan of all that stuff. Think about what Zuckerberg did there. He fucked over his business partners. He did whatever. He clawed his way to the top, and he made his social media platform the best of the best. Now, is it the top platform right now? I don't know the numbers. I don't know what it is. I would imagine TikTok is probably number one. I don't use TikTok, but if you got the youth on there, I would imagine that's number one. But who knows what it is? And let me know in the chat if you are plugged into social media and you know what is the top social media platform. Let me know. But Facebook is still relevant, you know, even though it's changed to Meta. Not only was it top dog for such a long time, but it's still relevant. It's still in the mix. People are still using it, and he's trying to grow on that. So the fact that Zuckerberg was able to grow Facebook into what it was as a businessman, he did fuck over a lot of people along the way. I'm sure Dana White is intrigued to team up with someone like that, you know? So he's a powerful dude. He is. Will he ruin the UFC? I mean, as long as Dana's there, I feel like we're good. The scary part is if 10 years is it for Dana White, or if he just fucking drops dead, knock on wood, it doesn't happen, we're in trouble. Doesn't matter where the UFC goes, in my opinion. We're already paying $80 for fucking pay-per-views. Like, he has us by the balls. And then the people just streaming the fights, you know, you got your own way as well. But at the end of the day, we're watching. We're consuming. We're here today talking about the sport. Ariel's doing his show talking about the sport. Everyone's going crazy talking about the UFC because of Dana White. Dana gone, it doesn't matter what platform you're on. Things are going to change. So I don't think we have to worry about Zuckerberg right yet. But when Dana does go, and if Zuckerberg's still in play, we might have a problem. Let's see what the chat says. MMA will survive. Johnny Smith, or maybe another organization could rise. You never know. UFC watching it live via VR, that'd be incredible. Like, it'd be crazy. I mean, think about it. Like, you're watching an event with fucking a headpiece on, and you're literally in the cage with these. Like, I mean, it's kind of wild. Dana was given 10 years to live. That's, yeah, but apparently you see him now, he's running around with a six-pack. Rogan steps in if Dana sails up. No, I'm telling you. Well, Rogan even said it. Dana's gone. Rogan, he's counting the days. He loves the sport, but I think, you know, going hunting and doing his podcast and doing stand-up, that's what he wants to do. Y'all see Zuck training MMA. Yeah, the dude is like, he's going all in. He's going all in on this stuff. I mean, he's clearly a fan of the sport, but he's creepy. Mark Zuckerberg is going to turn Dana into a robot. Maybe that's going to happen.
Thank you.
He's gonna turn him into a. Thank you, Snow Chicken, for being a member for 7 months. Come on, being a champ. Anyone around? See, this is what I love. You guys are members because you want to support the show, not because you have to. Because you willingly want to support the show. So shout out to our members. Those are real people. Not like, oh, I got to be a member to fucking chat. Thank you, guys. Thank you once again. Appreciate the members out there. Pride FC was the thing before UFC. Same will happen. So you think that UFC will be popular? Well, listen, let's be serious. Pride was popular, yes. But Pride was never what the UFC is now. You know, it never was a massive, like, people weren't like, oh my God, I don't even want to box anymore. I want to fight UFC. Like, it wasn't really like that with Pride. So I understand what you're trying to say, but yeah, I don't think so. I think it's a little different. Don't fuck with the fans. Now, down the road, another company can rise. It's not impossible. And the first thing you need is Dana to go. That's step one. You need Dana to go. And if some nudnik goes in there, some nobody that no one gives a shit about, and then takes the organization into the wrong direction, boom, you know, another will rise for sure. A Meta FC. I'm not surprised, motherfucker. Dana has been banned for violating community standards. Once you know basic moves of MMA, it's more intriguing. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's like anything, right? If you know more about the intricacies of a sport and you like actually train in that sport, I mean, for sure. Real Fight Inc. 209 motherfuckers. You think Nate's organization is going to take over? Is that what we're saying? By the way, Ariel's now interviewing. He went from AJ McKee over to Xiaonan Yan, the winner over Mackenzie Dern. So there's a little translation going over there. Listen, we're speaking English over here. We got you. We got you covered. We're not gonna hassle you with translation over here. You speak English, you're happy, you're good to go. UFC goes PC and goodbye Golden Goose. You think he'll go politically correct? If Dana's gone, yeah, Dana's pretty anti-politically correct. Yeah, think about it. Well, the UFC, yeah, it can't do that. It's kind of be zero fucks with the UFC. Once you start going, well, they kind of are with the flags. So, all right, let me throw this out there. Disney has a hold on the UFC right now where they were able to fight off Disney and be able to put on shows during the pandemic. But there are other things in place that the UFC did have to hold back, and one of them being just, for instance, the flags, right? If you have Zuckerberg there, do you think Zuckerberg's just say no flags? Do you think he's going to be like, no, the fighters can't walk out? I think Zuckerberg won't give a fuck, to be honest. I don't think he would care. So you would have that. I think you might have a little more freedom with Zuckerberg. He's kind of aloof, and he loves the product as what it is. So I don't know if he would stranglehold, make it more PC if he controlled that. Now, if Dana was gone and you had someone that was a little more, reserved and held back with his opinion, that could change things. I can't even think of a world without Dana White in the UFC. I can't. But it's possible. It's not like Dana leaves and everything's gone.
Wonderful.
But it would change severely.
How the youth dies. Dana is gone and replaced with someone. 2. A promotion offer better pay / can actually have advertisements. 3. Piss away fan loyalty via price hikes, sell to Facebook, etc. 4. Another Dana White figure with money in another promotion.
You know what? He's not off. Let's go through his list. Thank you, Sonosi, for the $2 donation. Appreciate that one.
Wonderful.
So if Dana is replaced, yes, I think we could all agree. Let me know in the chat. Would the UFC take a big hit if Dana White either expires or decides to walk away? Yes or no? Would the UFC take a big hit? Let's just rattle off the yes or no's in the chat. I want to see where we're at with that. We're going to go one by one over here because, yes, I would say yes. Even if you don't like Dana White, I mean, he's the face of the promotion. Like, I think so. So Bolus is no. Dustin says yes. Sonosi says yes. Dana Joe replaced Major. All right, hold on. Yes. No says David. West Coast says yes. DJ Holland says yes. Okay. Hell no says Lance. Wow. Fuck yes, it would. Of course, it's no chicken. Real MMA fans will watch regardless if Dana White is still with the company or not. Yes. Here. Okay. So there we go. Classy Nasty. You're right. Real MMA fans will watch it. But if you want to succeed, you don't need real MMA fans. You need the casuals. You will not be the UFC without the casuals. You have to sell nonsense, the WWE aspect, in order to sell the big pay-per-views, put all the S's in the seats and charge top dollar. As a business, if you just rely on hardcore MMA fans, you will fail. You will not be the UFC. So you got to keep that into consideration. I know people, the hardcore fans don't want to be pushed aside, but you know what? You're not as valuable as the casuals. The casuals are what their bread and butter. He's going to replace Dana. Dana White is slowly turning into Garth Brooks. Plus, a lot of some of the biggest MMA fans out there too don't pay. Some of the most hardcore MMA fans out there don't have the cash to throw out $75 per pay-per-view. It's not their fault. They just don't have the money to do it. Casual fans will pay. Casual will. You know, they'll be like, you know what? Oh, I know that Conor McGregor guy. Oh yeah. All right, I'll watch that one. 75? Okay. You know, the hardcore fans would be like, come on. I could get this shit online. I know where it's at. I got a link. DC will step in as the face of the UFC. Okay, let's talk about that. DC as the face of the UFC. Do you think that would help? I think DC is good in how he talks. I like how he's lighthearted. I think Chael Sonnen would be like light years better than DC. It just needs to be someone who can build a drama like Dana. Some of the biggest selling fights have bad blood built up by Mr. White. Yeah, I agree. Think about it. Dana White, there are shows that I skip all the fighter interviews afterwards. I just watch Dana. I always watch Dana with the media. Always. Because of what is he going to say next? It's like how I listen to Howard Stern. Same thing. Like, what are they going to say next? Even if I wasn't interested in the event, I still want to hear Dana. Maybe a reporter's going to ask something crazy and Dana is going to respond to it. So, yeah. But Chael Sonnen, listen, I think a lot of people would agree, whether you like or dislike Chael, he would be fantastic. Like, he is literally, you could just pluck him and place him. Here's the problem with Chael. He's my age. Like, we're literally the same. Me and Chael are the exact same age. And we're pushing 50. Like, we're 45 years old. Dana White's 53. So even if Dana goes out, you insert Chael into the situation. By the time Chael's there, my man's old too. You know what I'm saying? It's another old guy. So you're going to need someone a little young. You're going to need someone, you know, at the time, maybe in their 30s, some hotshot coming in there that has a fucking fast mouth. Can Chael matchmake, though? So here's the thing. I honestly think Dana has a say in matchmaking, but he is not the matchmaker. We know who does the matchmaking. I think Dana shows up. Oh, that's cool. Like, how many times has Dana said, I didn't agree on that matchup, but it still happened? I don't think he has the final say. Like, I just think he just throws his input. You don't look 45. Thank you. Hair dye and bats. Maybe KHAMZAT. You trying to say KHAMZAT? Jake Paul for you. I bet Kevin Saunders is probably joking, saying Jake Paul for president. And if a lot of people might slay me right now. How old is Jake Paul? Jake Paul. He probably is trolling. Conor McGregor would not work. He would not. He would be hilarious to watch, but he would not work. The dude's fucking batshit crazy. Jake Paul. Okay, listen. Say what you will. I'm going to entertain this. Jake Paul is 25 years old and incredibly immature and incredibly reckless. But what does he do well? At 25 years of age, he built a brand of business. He's increasing fighter pay. He's giving fighters that typically wouldn't get paid what they are in their field. He's thrown them in situations they're making big bucks. I'm just going to say this right now. You throw another 10 years on Jake Paul, you could actually have a discussion that this guy over here who says whatever the fuck he wants, understands social media, is still going to be relatively young with a little more maturity. I'm going to say this. Jake Paul would be better than all the options. And I know it's disgusting to say because Jake Paul is a Paul brother. He's a fucking Disney guy. He's cringy as all hell. But I'm telling you, if he keeps going in the direction he's going right now, he would be the perfect man in the seat. And Johnny Smith saying I'm high. But here's the thing, Johnny. You got to think like a young person. You're an old man like myself. We're all old people over here. You got to be plugged in. Jake Paul right now, no fucking way would I want to run the UFC. No way in hell would I need Jake Paul in that seat fielding questions, because I got to be honest with you, when he talks to the media now, I want to blow my brains out. Now he's not ready. 10 years, more mature, understands the business a little bit better. He's got the edge. He understands social media. Come on. Think about this. At 25 years of age, the guy's he's trying to fucking headline MSG. Like, that is not normal. It's just nuts. I'm young. Hold on a second. Jake Paul would not make a good president, but you have to think of the big picture. You're thinking of Jake Paul right now. If you put me 20 years ago in this seat doing the MMA holes, I promise you, this show would be the fucking biggest mess shit show you would ever. I mean, you'd be like, what the fuck is this guy saying? Me 20 years ago had no clue of what's going on. I thought I had it all figured out. I'm telling you right now, Jake Paul, with experience, with maturity, already knowing what he did as a kid, and now taking an organization to the next level, it's a possibility. You could do something. You could work with that. Right now, everyone would say Chael Sonnen's the guy. But when Dana retires, Chael's going to be about 70. He'll be maybe in his 60s. You need someone younger. You need someone in 30s, 40s. That's what you need. Okay, it's a hot take over here. It's a direction I didn't think I was going to go in. But talk to me, chat. I guarantee a lot of people would say you're an idiot. What the fuck? Jake Paul, are you out of your mind? Think of the big picture down the road. I'm not talking about, hey, Dana dies, pass the fucking league to Jake Paul. I'm not saying that. Not at 25 years old. 10, 15 years, maybe even 20 years. Then we're talking. What do you say, chat? UFC is great at marketing. They don't need Jake or Logan without Dana White. So if you're jumping in, so here's the deal. People are probably jumping in right now late to the stream. I am saying Dana White expires down the road. He stays with the road another, 15 years. He stays with the UFC another 15 years. I understand we're saying DC. We're saying Chael Sonnen. Mystic Moss. I'd be if I ran the UFC, I would be the perfect president. I would be the perfect pick. But let's be honest, Dana's going nowhere. I'd be old. Maybe Jesse. Maybe we could have Jesse over there. She's a young buck. She could take over the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Will Gropper could take over the UFC. That's a young buck right there as well. But here's the deal. Jake Paul is a young guy. We have to start looking at the younger generation because in 10, 15 years, that is when the move's going to be made. And in 10, 15 years, Chael Sonnen's old, DC's old, Mystic Moss is old, and we're old. That's why I'm saying a guy like Jake is not impossible. I highly doubt Jake will be in the fight game in 10 years. Yes, as is, I agree. If Jake is doing these novelty boxing fights, and by the way, Jake announced that he's got something going on with MMA now. He's very excited to announce. Let me see if I can pull this out. I didn't even think I was going to be talking about Jake Paul. Whoever threw me into Jake Paul, into that fucking vortex, how dare you? Because now we're stuck here for a second. I got to pull myself out of it. I did not expect to talk about that. Let's see. Today, let's see. There was something that came up that he had a big announcement that he was going to talk about. Anyway, I can't find it now. Kevin Saunders, and everyone's taking credit for this. How dare you? Not impossible. All right, let's move into the next point because Sonosi did do the dono. But yeah, you didn't throw us into Jake Paul. Someone actually threw out Jake Paul. And I think immediately you would say, oh, he would deny that. It's a joke. You could entertain it. Let's see. Oh, Savage, we have no moderators. We are moderator free. I have relieved Savage of his duty, not because he did anything wrong. I just, no moderators. If you want to be a moderator, you can go over to our Patreon. You can, here's the thing. I don't want the wrench to be a burden. It's an honor. The wrench is an honor. And I don't want to put anyone back, this and that. If you do want it, you have a chance to get it. But we're not doing any free wrenches here anymore. It's just not happening over there. So nothing against any moderators out there. You got to be either the Patreon, we have a package for that, or membership down below if you want to be that. He's not good. It sounds like he's banned. But here's the thing. Like I was talking to Jesse about it. You know, it sounded like it was kind of being a nuisance to him. So it was just like, you know, it is what it is. So that's how that is. And don't be a fucking... You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, he was like, I'll give up the wrench. And then it was like this whole underlying story that, you know, it's a job and it's like this. And I don't, you know what I'm saying? You're free. You're a free bird. Just talk in the chat. Everyone still loves you. Everyone's equal over here on the MMAs. Yeah, and we'll fucking ban people if we have to. But, you know, we're loose with that shit. Nah, it's all right, damn. You know what? Like I said, I feel like it just got a little silly. You know, I feel like it got a little silly. And I think everyone should be equal. I think that's what it should be. I mean, you were a great moderator over there. You helped us out tremendously. But I don't want to fucking, you know, people are like, I don't know. It was just like, it got weird. It got a little weird. You got shit going on. And, you know, I just felt like, it just felt like it was like a chore to you. So like, yeah. D-Rest, do not ever purchase that package because I will never honor you with that. D-Rest is the exception to the rule. If you buy that package over there, I appreciate it. You're not getting the fucking wrench. And you know why after that comment over there. You know why. Anyway, let's talk about imagine everyone just gets wiped out. The second thing, so Sonosi did a donation here. He said, how the UFC dies, one with Dana White being replaced. I agree. I think Dana White out there is a massive problem. He goes, number 2, the promotion, offer better pay, can actually have advertisements. A promotion can offer better pay and have and have advertisements. Okay, so yeah, fighter pay is a thing. If you have a league that pays fighters more, what are they going to do? Of course they're going to go over to that league, right? So yes, that is a thing. I don't it would be a slow process though. It wouldn't be like, okay, Dana's gone and then all of a sudden, I don't know. Say for instance, let's put that World Fighting or whatever that promotion was called, that it was supposed to be a league and they were supposed to have the highest fighter pay. I don't know whatever happened to it. It just vanished. They said they were going to be the next best thing. Fighters going to make all this fucking money, and it never popped up. So just say if that does pop up, and then fighters start rolling over to that, it would take some time before, but it wouldn't help the UFC. Piss away fan loyalty via price hikes, sell to Facebook, etc. Well, let me put it out this way: what if the pay-per-view motto is gone? So what if like Facebook buys the rights to the UFC? You could only watch the fights on Facebook, and it's free. And you'd be like, well, how does that work? It works tremendously. If you drive traffic to social media, they can sell. They could sell advertisements on there. You know, more traffic, more advertisements. They can make bank by doing that. Let me ask you that. What if that happens? If the pay-per-view model, because Mark Zuckerberg, listen, he's all about money, but free has been Facebook is free. Think about it. Facebook is free. So if Zuckerberg had his hands, his grimy little robot hands onto the situation, he may be able to knock pay-per-views out. I mean, the UFC just wants money, right? So if an investor says, hey, man, we can get rid of the pay-per-view thing. We'll pay you X amount of dollars to have it on our platform. We'll monetize it our own way with ads and whatever. You might lose pay-per-views. So leaving ESPN and going to like a social media network, a platform, it's not impossible. Now down the road, the meta thing, that will be something. So think about this. UFC is free on Facebook. Okay? Facebook buys the UFC, it's free. Facebook was free. But if you want to be in the cage, if you want to fucking check out the ring girls, if you want to sit next to Dana White in the metaverse, there you have to pay. And there is no way you can do that online through pirating. They would eliminate pirators. All together. Okay? Think about this. I understand you see Facebook, you see Zuckerberg, you turned off. I'm the same way. But if you sit back and see what the long-term plan could actually be and how do you monetize that, Facebook streaming free, you watch it as is. If you want to pay, you get into the metaverse. Not impossible. Creeps could sit next to the ring girls, check out their tits and ass. I want to sit next to the boss. You buy premium package, there you are. Dana White's right next to you. People would pay that. That's not impossible. That's very real. So let me ask the chat now. Now that we throw this into the mix, what do you say? You got UFC for free. It's on Facebook. Yes, it's the devil platform, but it's free. You never have to hunt. You will literally get rid of pirating. You will remove it. And the UFC will get paid. Everyone's happy. What do you say, chat? A dystopian future. It's scary. It's a creepy concept. Make all the pay-per-views free of charge for the fights. Yeah, it would be. Think about it. It can be done. It can be done. You could actually have free events on Facebook, and they could monetize that. And then down the road, they throw the meta thing in there, and you upgrade. If you want to upgrade to get all the bells and whistles, the meta stuff, you have that option. And people would pay top dollar. You won't even have to go to a fucking event again. Think about this. Guys, think of VR titties. That's right. Think about this. Now, if dopey me that runs the MMA Holes could think about this, Zuckerberg is 20 steps ahead of me. You can sell tickets to the event, so you could actually physically be in the building and smell the smell of the dirty fans and the beer and cheers and roars. If you don't have that luxury and you still want to be in the building, you go in the metaverse. You buy virtual tickets. You're sitting there. You have goggles on, yes, but you are in the fucking building. And it looks so real in that metaverse that you're loving every minute of it. And if you really want to fucking go crazy and you have deep pockets, you could sit cage side. You could be next to the boss. Hell, you might even be able to get a tour of the you could be in the cage and take a virtual selfie and throw it on your social media. More money. And at the end of the day, if you just want to consume the content and stay home, well, you just go on Facebook. It's free. It's free. Does Facebook stream anything? Here's the plan. Here's the plan. Facebook buys UFC, okay? You stream on Facebook for free. They could monetize that from all the traffic going over there with advertisers. Easy stuff. Easy stuff. I mean, we can do shit like that. You know, like if we could do shit like that, God knows what Facebook could do. It's been free for forever. No more pay-per-views. Every event, free on Facebook. If you want the experience, you either buy tickets to go to the event or you buy the virtual pass. You're in there. If you want the VIP experience, you're down low. Who knows? You might even have Q&A with fucking fighters virtually. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you even get rid of media. You're the media now. You could buy passes to be in certain situations where you could have one-on-ones with fighters. The sky's the limit. And you never have to pay for a pay-per-view again. This is the future. This is, I understand to the older people out there, they can't wrap their head around this. I get it, because it sounds fucking crazy. But it's not. It's not impossible.
Thank you.
Yukon, thank you for being a member, or becoming a member, baby. Now, this would hurt the MMA Holes tremendously. This would hurt us. We would have to evolve too, because let's be honest.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Creep, I wrote it in 1979.
I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? There's a chord in Creep. I just can't get my fingers to do it. I don't know why. I just can't twist I was playing Creep the other day. And you could modify it and play the power chord for it. Go to the latest story on the Discord. Hold on. Jesse said go to the latest. Thank you, D-Rest. Hey, you guys are awesome, man. So it would kind of hurt the MMA Holes like this, because we grow our community through pay-per-views, because people can't afford the pay-per-views. If it goes to free streaming, we're fucked. We're fucked, man. I mean, people will still watch the fights with us, but growing, we would have to evolve with it. So we would have to do a meta experience as well. We would have to figure out ways to grow our community through the metaverse. And I'm not looking forward to that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not looking forward to that. Let's see the latest news. Oh, Dana White shredded. Yeah. I was going to show the people that too. Yeah, we'll show the people Dana's abs. But I don't know, man. Like, when I think of the possibilities, if I'm thinking of these things, I have a feeling Zuckerberg's already addressed this with Dana. The future tech scares me, MMA boomer fans. Well, here's the thing. Us as a community, we're an older community, the UFC. So, you know, if you want to get the younger people in there, you got to do that shit. Imagine Moss doing a show wearing a dumb VR goggles. No, you would be wearing it. I wouldn't be wearing it. See, that's a boomer. I love Boss, but he's clueless. Why would I wear the goggles? Why am I wearing the goggles? I'm entertaining. You know what I'm saying? You're wearing the goggles. Oh, God. I love this group. I love them. Yeah, I don't think you quite get it, but it's all right. You know, like, so basically the people that are providing whatever the entertainment is, whatever it is that you're consuming, you would be wearing the goggles. I'm going to try. We're basically like technology for dummies over here. we're technologies. And he's saying I'm not wearing any damn goggles. You know what's going to turn into? Eventually it's going to turn into something that you got to fucking put on your like glasses or something. I don't know. It's going to be crazy, man. There might even be a projector that puts you into this universe. Who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows? But all right, to those of you that don't think that Dana's going anywhere. I think Dana's going somewhere. So after he got diagnosed with 10 years to live, by the way, Ben Rothwell is on Ariel right now. How dare you, Ben Rothwell? Answer my text, Ben. How dare you? Dana White is flexing over here. So this is the new carnivore diet Dana White that's going down because he got diagnosed with 10 years to live, according to this, you know, I don't know, health guru, whatever the fuck he is. And so Dana White decided to trim down, lose about 30 pounds, still on the sauce, but getting all shredded up. So he's very, I don't know how to put this. He's very like in tune with his mortality. He knows. He wants to do this for a long time. I think, here's the thing. He's probably having so much fun doing what he's doing. I think in his mind, he wants to do this forever in the UFC, and I love that. So he's just trying to keep himself in shape and ready to go. But yeah, Dana's jacked right now. He's jacked. He's on all the hormones. He's everything that Bobby Green took. He literally took it. Dana White just raided Bobby Green's cabinet and took all his pills. How do you get diagnosed with a decade left? That makes zero sense. I guess you missed our stream. You were dead when we did that stream, Dr. Boss. Welcome back. But yeah, we did a whole stream on that. Long story short, there was a guy that apparently could get your mortality to within a month. Like he could predict your mortality. And it's not like a fucking crystal ball and some crazy hat. You know, it's basically through blood work. He takes your blood work. He analyzes everything. He was able to tell Dana White things that Dana never even told his family. That's in his blood, like that he's been diagnosed with and whatever. He could find every little piece of evidence and then calculate a way to saying, listen, if you live this lifestyle for X amount of years, you will die in this time frame. This is the window you have to live. It's really creepy. So Dana paid top dollar for that. He found out this info. He only got 10 years to live. He was all thick and stocky from just eating anything and working out, right? And he decided to shed the 30 pounds. He went on a full carnivore diet, and imagine he walks outside and gets hit by a car. Dana White goes through, dude, that would be hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious. It's terrible, but Dana White is like, yo, what's up, guys? This is Dana White, new trim, slim Dana White. And then he goes out to fucking get the mail. And he's like, what is that over there? Walks across the street. Boom! Gets taken out by fucking, you know, one of the Ferraris in his neighborhood. Oh, my God. That would be something. Or he goes down like La Bamba in the plane. You can't predict that. That's for sure. But I like that Dana's fucking taking care of himself. Good. I like him. He's the most interesting thing about the UFC. It's crazy. It's kind of crazy what he's done for the UFC. Bloodwork, tea leaves, hair of newt, a roulette table, and an 8-ball. That's how you figured it out. Probably. I mean, it could have been. Listen, do you believe in that stuff? I don't know. I don't know how true it is. I don't think you could actually, like, figure it out. But I bet there is a medical way to take all your information, put it in an equation and get a guesstimate within 5 years, I guess. I think you could do that. I think that makes sense. There's no way you could say, hey, October fucking 31st, 2022. This year, that's it, it's over. I don't think you could do that, but I think you can kind of, you can kind of guess. Anyway, that's Dana White. Dana White's doing his thing over there. So we have been going hard on the Zuckerberg theory. What is going on? I think I solved the case. I think I figured out the future of the UFC if they decide to get in bed with Zuckerberg. Now, the question is, with this theory, would you be in? Would you be out? Would you still be hell no? And I get why you'd be hell no, because Zuckerberg's creepy, man. Like, it is. The way they collect data on Facebook and, it's a little unnerving. It is. There have been things throughout the years where you scratch your head and be like, wait a second, why do they need this information? Like, what's going on? Collecting data is a real thing. I mean, Netflix does it, for God's sakes. When they're telling you what you should watch and you're like, oh, I should watch that, there's a problem. But what do you say, Chad? Are you freaked out by this? Or maybe I've softened the blow by my theories. Live your life like you're about to be diagnosed terminal. Only met a press conference. I mean, very possible. I feel like that's inevitable, right? Plus, the UFC is willing to do things before any other league now. Like with COVID, they proved that they are willing to take chances. It's those idiots sending in their DNA through mail to ancestry sites. Yeah, that is a little weird, right? It is a little odd, Guido. I'm with you on that. I mean, it sparked my interest a couple times, but it's true. Like, who am I sending this to? That's how the elite will be sitting watching the poor people fight to the death for food soon. Yeah, I mean, it turns into some gladiator shit where the people that have the most money are going to be paying for some crazy packages of virtual reality. Zuckerberg still believes in C19. Zuck got a whole billion on, and that woman is the best he could do. Pulse, I'd be lying. I'd be lying if I said I didn't think the exact same thing. Nothing against her. She's probably a nice, sweet lady. But that's what I'm thinking. You're Mark Zuckerberg. Like, shouldn't you have a fucking dime next? Like, shouldn't you have, like, legit the hottest fucking human being you could ever, like, or if you can't get it, make it. Like, can't you just make the fucking most gorgeous human being? That's not the Zuck, man. The Zuck is, he's got his thing going. I guarantee he's horrific to be around. And he needed someone that has incredible, patience and understanding. And I think this woman's the woman. Or maybe this is just his type. I don't know. Mark Zuckerberg wants his kids to be part Chinese. Well, they are. He's got, 2 already? And 1 on the way? He has to secretly be cheating. I don't know. I mean, some people might find her attractive. I don't know. She's got some serious forearms. Remember when a bunch of Saudi billionaires wanted to have Tyson Fury versus Wilder on a super yacht? The possibilities are endless with the elite. Yes, I agree. A little seal. Here's a funny story. There was a guy that used to donate to us back in the day. There was a time where we had donators that were just like, I don't know where the fuck they got their money. And there were like 5 people watching us at the time. But yet they would donate these incredible, like, out of nowhere. Just the cops are out to get me. These incredible lumps of money. And we got some great donors right now. But before we had, like, it wasn't like a handful. It was just a fucking bunch of them. Like, I don't know where they came from. This one guy, he donated and he was so fucking creepy. He donated so much. And he had this weird obsession with Jesse to the point where it was just like, it was really scary. But he did say, he slid into our DMs and he says, hey man, how much for you guys to do a Fight Buddies just for me? And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, just for me and my buddies. I want to just have one event where you do Fight Buddies. How much would it be? And we would have to just stream it to his fucking, whatever he wants to feed it on. Not to, hey, can I be in studio? Can I be with you guys, hang out? I mean, that's creepy, yes, but it's not as, it's more understandable. This guy wanted an exclusive feed to his house. conveniently that bloody hand goes on the window. But I was like, what? Like, what the fuck? He was dead serious. So if this guy is willing to do that with a small YouTube channel, what are these fucking billionaires willing to do with the UFC? What are they willing to do? You throw in VR, pants off, let's go. I mean, God knows what people, the fucking crazy people out there. I mean, you got OnlyFans. Why is OnlyFans so successful? Because there are fucking weird people out there. There are really oddballs out there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's inevitable. This VR stuff, once they have it all, you know, locked down, I mean, the amount of money you can make off that, pay-per-views are right out the window. You don't need that shit anymore. You could just say, hey, I mean, you want to, like, they'll probably be putting cents through your fucking camera phones and shit. Like, I don't know, they might be shooting, like, the smell of feet and farts. I don't know. God knows what the fuck people want to pay for. You could smell Ariane Celeste's clam. There's way more weirder people in the world here than me just typing the hard N word. Yeah, you think you're weird. Yeah, there's a lot of odd people out there. But listen, it's about money. It's about making money, you know? I don't know if VR sounds lame, to be honest. Well, okay, I'll paint the picture for you again. You can't get to the event. You can't. Or say you have some sort of disability, you know, or you just can't make it, right? You just can't go to the event. In VR, you can pay for a seat. You put the goggles on, you're there. You can smell the smell of the beers. You can see the sights. You can hear the crowd. Shit happens. They are piping in the same sound that's in the building. You hear the roar of Bruce Buffer. You hear the music, the intro music as they're coming out there. But here's the difference with VR than the actual arena. Instead of sitting in the arena and like looking up at the Jumbotron because you can't fucking see the fight because they're like this big, you could still hear the sounds of the crowd and the cracks of the punches and kicks. You could zoom in. You could click on something and bang, you could zoom in. And you can actually see maybe the broadcast. Maybe you could watch the event and hear the feed of the broadcast because you're in the metaverse. You have the experience of being at the fight with the commentary team in your ears, with the chance to be able to zoom into the screen so you can kind of see what's going on a little better. Zoom out. I want to see what the crowd's doing. I mean, I got to be honest with you. If I had nothing going on, I had a group of friends with our VR masks, I might be like, you know what? Let's get fucking wrecked and let's do this, baby. And if you're a high roller, you're sitting down low. And you're just hanging. Maybe you're at an after party. Maybe you're doing a Q&A with the fighters instead of the media stuff. You're sitting one-on-one with fighters. Dude, it's wild. It's really fucking wild to think about what the meta could do. I want to know what would be like. Give me some ideas. I'm just throwing things at you. Give me some ideas what you would like to see in the metaverse. Like if this were to happen with the UFC. Now this is just a show of speculation. Because all we saw was a weird event where Mark Zuckerberg is sitting cage side and clapping all weirdly. I mean, it was really bizarre watching this. But give me your theories. I'm curious what you guys and gals think might happen. Will Gropper has been a member for 2 months. Come on, baby. Here's the issue with the meta thing, Mas. They still haven't solved the headache problem. The vast majority of sick after 30 minutes. Imagine 5+. Yeah, for sure. There's a reason why I couldn't do... Remember when 3D TVs came out? That was the dumbest time in the world. I never wanted a 3D TV. Never wanted that. Because anytime I would put the 3D glasses on, I would want to vomit. And it wasn't even that great of 3D. You would need, like, the TV would have to be so big where you kind of couldn't see the edges, and then it worked. But if you saw the edges of the TV, it didn't quite work. That fad. 3D TVs are miraculously gone. Never worked out. And probably for those reasons. And the poor people actually... Does anyone have a 3D TV? So that didn't work. And with these goggles, I bet the headaches are a problem. I bet they are. So they have to iron out the kinks. And the graphics aren't very good right now. You know, they have to up that. 5-10 years, who knows? Who knows? That could change. Someone would Google just a sale bootleg goggles. Yeah, I never used the bootleg ones, but I used like my friend had a 3D TV. It was terrible. Do you want to see Makhachev KO by Oliveira? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I'm picking Makhachev. I would listen. I don't care who wins that fight, to be honest. I just want to see a really good fight. Stop women's MMA. Let me talk about this. If there's a women's MMA bout and you're a freaking creepo, you pay top dollar, you got the fucking clam package where you're just like, I don't know. You got a close-up. Like, you want to zoom into the whatever you'd like. You zoom in and you beat off. I don't know. Who knows? I have 3D TV. It sucks. The pictures are so good now. It doesn't matter. Yeah, right? The 3D TV, when that came out, that was the biggest scan. The biggest upgrade with TVs was 120 hertz. Like that was the biggest leap we've made in TVs. Then they did 240 hertz. I have a TV that's 240 hertz. Scam. No different than 120 hertz. Now they got 4K TVs, and I got to be honest with you, 4K TVs look great, but they're not much of a difference between my fucking 120 hertz TVs. I mean, it's not enough for me to go crazy over. You know, the next leap has to be some sort of virtual thing, and they haven't quite, figured it out. I love it if Oliveira challenged Khabib afterwards. A 3D porn money shot is dangerous. I mean, yeah, people pay top. I mean, if people are paying for OnlyFans and you're getting really nothing for that, could you imagine if this virtual reality shit pops off? I'm sure virtual reality has already way more advanced than we have now. They're working on virtual reality in the 1950s. It's probably classified black budget programs. Yeah, they're probably, from what we've seen, I'm sure they are further ahead. I wouldn't be surprised. I heard the NFL was considering putting the Super Bowl on pay-per-view. Oh my God, dude. I don't see how they could do that. The advertisers. No, I think that Pulse. Where the fuck did you hear that? When Pulse says I heard, chances are it's incredibly wrong. Like, they make so much money off of the advertisements on the Super Bowl. Why would they go to a pay-per-view format? That would alienate so many people. 4K and 120. I feel like pay-per-view eventually is going to be an old. There's going to be so many different ways to monetize stuff. They've had 8K for years now. Yeah, 8K's out. Like, come on. It's silly. I just want the best for the UFC, and I trust Dana White, too. We got to trust him, I guess, is Andre. I mean, yeah, but you have every right to say, I don't feel good about this, I get it. We live in a weird time. Women are already complaining about being groped in the meta. Yeah, dude, it's nuts, man. It's fun. These meta creeps. Meta is... Listen, it sounds great when I throw all these luxurious theories, right? And you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. If I sat there and this could happen and that could happen, it sounds fantastic. But it will amplify, like, the fucking sickos. The metaverse will destroy the world. Inevitably. That will be the end of society. The human, like, we're just gonna sit there like vegetables, just plugged into this metaverse. It will fuck everything up. 100%. No doubt about it. But will I mean, I would have to evolve with it. I have no choice, because I got to be honest with you. If the UFC decides to go no pay-per-views and we're doing metaverse and free streams on Facebook, I got to fucking figure some shit out here. I got to eat. You know what I'm saying? It's creepy. I want a full body suit where I can feel the punches. Yeah. I bet some people would just sit there with a fucking ball in their mouth, naked, just feeling the punches, and then just vigorously masturbating as they're getting fucking punched. Or like simulate a nut shot. Some S&M weird shit happens. Okay, now I'm really freaking out. I'm going to play an ad. I got to take a leak. When we come back, we got plenty of stories to get to. Hit the fucking like button. Ariel's talking to Overeem. He's having a third fight with Badri Hari. Who cares about that? We're going to get to the news. We're going to talk to the peoples. Bash the shit out like button. We got the morning, afternoon / show going down here. If you like it, if you're having a good time, definitely make sure you hit that like button. Let's play this quick break. Shout out to our sponsors here, and a big thank you to the donor. You guys fucking donating early. Thank you so much for that as well. Moss, you just described my Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll be right back, guys. Too much coffee for me. Too much coffee slips right through me. All right, here we go. A little commercial break. We'll be right back, guys. Pretty soon the commercials will be in the meta.
Cause I'm a CBDX.com boy. We sell legal, Delta ATHC weed. It will get you very stoned. We sell gummies, yeah. Buzz-based oil in a cell, and they post on Twitter. Oh yeah, hey, on CBDX.com. You better get with them. You're gonna get real high. You're gonna get that tree. You're gonna get real down loud from the island boys. You're gonna get all down. And so from the ground, you be smoking bud, you be smoking trees. We a different breed. You smoking green and purple, and then you create a hurt, yeah. You better get with CBDX.com, cause we some CBDX.com boy. You better tap in on the website, Island Boys, right now.
When it comes to underwear, there's nothing more important than comfort. Why empty your pockets for generic underwear that loses comfort, quality, and style when you can slip into a pair of Sheath and get even more out of your daily wear? With Sheath underwear, you can treat your jewels like royalty as they are given their own private sanctum, keeping them secure and you in a state of bliss. Get 20% off Sheath now using promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES with the link in the description below.
And for the ladies?
Absolutely! Sheath isn't just for men. Ladies can now experience Sheath's style, comfort, and functionality too. Sheath for women is crafted using a signature modal elastane fabric blend for form-fitting breathability that will not affect the natural pH environment or the microclimate of the skin while producing that long-lasting, unimpeded comfort. Use promo code MMA-Holes, MMA-HOLES for 20% off at sheathunderwear.com.
All right, let's get into some news, baby. All right, let's go. What are we doing here? Stop that. All right, let's get into some news. I gave some theories on the Zuck situation. There's a lot of Zuck stories, so you could be overdosed with Zuckerberg here. If you're coming in a little bit later and you didn't hear what I had to say, we'll just give you your opinions in the chat. What do you think? There is no UFC this weekend. No, I'm sorry.
Wonderful.
But I was thinking about maybe having a barbecue with you guys on our phone, hanging with the boys on a Saturday. Barbecue with the MMA Holes? You want to be invited? You want to come over for a barbecue? You want to come over for an MMA Holes barbecue? Come on. Maybe, we'll see. If the demand is there, maybe we'll just fucking hang out. You know, we'll have a chill. We haven't had one of those in a while. We'll throw back some CBDX. I've been consuming CBDX way too much. Like with my family. It's become crazy. So there you go. Get your deals. CBDX.com. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go back here. You know, it's funny. A lot of the theories that I'll come up with are a lot of just improv. Like, I'll just be on the show, I'll talk to you guys, I'll hear what you have to say, and then I'll assess and come up what I think, right? I don't really think too much before the show. Sometimes I do for some bits and segments, but most cases, some of my best thoughts are just on the fly. And, you know, as I was pissing during the break, I was thinking to myself, I was like, that that whole metaverse experience inside the arena while a fight's going on, I mean, the sky is the limit what they could do with that shit. And the amount of money they could make. They could sell it out in an arena with just regular tickets, just being in the building, and then the metaverse. If you have a whole arena there and they're selling tickets to this arena where you can experience what's going on without even having to be there. Holy fuck, that's scary. That is some scary stuff. All right. That guy doesn't do interviews. Imagine sitting through one of those interviews. Oh my God. I'd fucking blow my brains off listening to that. Oh my God. What is he gonna do? What is he gonna talk about, that guy? Here we go. Let's go over to some news. Okay. All right, so he spoke about we're actually NPCs in his metaverse. Fans are outraged. So yeah, NH put this over here. By the way, if there's any stories that you ever come across that you want us to chat about on the show, we have a little news section in Discord, and you just drop it over there. So this is the internet exploded over this stuff. Did you see Jorge Masvidal appears in the DoorDash commercial? I just saw it. I'm dying. No, I didn't see that. It sounds like I got high for the first time. It sounds like you've been watching for the first time. We're actually NPCs in his metaverse. Fans outrage. Okay, so what does everyone say? Like, everyone's going nuts. Now, I mean, yes, it was a weird experience. This was a weird experience, but it wasn't like you paid for a pay-per-view and then you got this. So let's see what the comments say. We're actually NPCs in the metaverse. He didn't rent it. He bought it, which I think this here is accurate. It's not like he bought it yet, but I think this is in play. I think that's actually, whoever said this, Cooney Thomas, that is pretty accurate. Mark Zuckerberg is a dick for renting out the Apex, says the Booger Beard. I don't know if you could take him very serious, but I don't know if he really thought that. I don't think he did. I honestly don't think he rented it. Like I said, I gave my theory before. Does anyone believe anything Dana says or tweets anymore? So everyone's turning this, and Dana White lies about everything, and that's his job. He's a promoter. He's supposed to lie. But in this situation here, I think technically he was not lying. He never said Mark Zuckerberg is not going to be there. He just had the idea of Zuckerberg renting out the place. But anytime people get a chance to pile up on success, they take advantage of it. Wonder how long before Dana lied trends. This way he can make his fighters look. Well, hold on, let me try this again. This way he makes his fighters look like morons. It's so gross. Christy, let's check out Christy's. Let's see what Christy. Oh, I can't click on this. What the? Oh, this is just a screenshot. Hold on a second here. Ah, oh, come on, you got to link this shit in. Christy Shine. I bet she has got a fucking stanky pussy, man. I don't know. To take your time to go over to Twitter and just, I mean, what? Come on. Yeah, let's trend Dana lied. Let's trend that. That like, we don't have anything more productive to do with our lives. We're gonna go on Twitter and be like, oh, Dana lied to us. Like, I mean, come on, shut the fuck up, you dusty cunt. Tony over here says when Dana said it was bullshit, that should have been the greatest indicator that it was true. All right, so see, a lot of people are playing off of this. You know, this is how dumb people are. It never was confirmed that he rented out the place. And he never said that Zuckerberg wasn't going to be there. Tony, look at this fucking picture. Like, these are the people that infest Twitter. Like, look at this guy. I could just see it, you know, the blurred picture. My man over here, I don't know, what does he have, a fucking WWE belt on his shoulder? What's going on? What is that? Or is that tattoos? Oh, my God. Dude, it's crazy, man. I understand why people don't want to be on Twitter, because they think everyone is this. That's not quite the case, but there are a lot of them. There are a lot of these people. What else? What else is everyone crying about? Let's see. I bet this is one of those things that Dana does. Some shady stuff, but people ignorantly blame someone else. Usually fighters. But in this case, Zuckerberg. Okay. So that's from... okay. Great. Here's Luke Thomas. Okay. So Barstool Sports. So Mark Zuckerberg and his wife are the only fans at UFC Apex right now. Okay. So that is true. Basically, they were the only ones there. Folks getting lost into the question of rent as if the central... Wait, as if that's the central one. The issue is whether everyone else's absence is a function of his presence, not whether the predicated in financial transaction. Why? Luke Thomas is too smart for me to read his stuff. Like, come on, just say it in English, bro. Like, what the fuck? How do you do a show with Brian, whatever the fuck his name is? How do you do a show and you talk like locker room, in a locker room type way with BC, whatever the fuck his name is? And then you go on Twitter and be like, oh, yes, I'm going to use big words and predicated and, financial transactions and presence. And, well, presence not a big word. But anyway, the way he put it together, it's just too smart. Stop it, Yuli. Stop it. Go.
Wonderful.
Cut it out, Luke. Just get to the fucking point. Anyway. The guy is just like, he's so fucking obnoxious. Like, he's so obnoxious. Dude, come on. You're fucking getting drunk with this guy. You're belligerent doing a fucking stream. Like, come on, man. All right, what else we got here? This is a response to Luke. This whole thing is gross to me. The media and fans aren't good enough to be around him. Unreal. Yes, Zuckerberg's like, I don't want those smelly UFC fans around me. I must do this with no fans. That's exactly what happened. Now, is it impossible? No, I'm not saying it's an impossibility. But did they just come to the conclusion that's what it was? That's... I love this. God, having to fight in front of only the super rich people seems like some real shady underground Fight Club stuff. All right, Terrence McKinney's not wrong about that. It did seem a little shady. Like, that is weird. Now, if you're a fighter and you're walking out to the cage to silence and one fucking super billionaire clapping with sitting next to the boss, fake laughing, and his like under average looking wife sitting next to him, it's creepy. That is creepy. If I was Terrence McKinney, I'd be a little creeped out by that. I'm not gonna lie. He's not wrong by that. I can't get on like that. Luke Thomas be like, yeah, it's just like, come on, man. You don't talk, like, come on. Stop it. Just talk like a regular human being. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, and let's see, what else we got? It was more. Spinning back fists. Let's see. Why didn't he just do this during COVID when it was empty anyway? Or why is he I? Or is that an exclamation point? Can't read. Instead of costing 20K fans experience to the fight, at least it was a shit card. I guess Dana would never allow that to happen if it was a decent card or pay-per-view, but still, that's bullshit. Okay, so you wanted him, what do you want him to do? Go into a time machine and have this happen? Like, COVID happened already. So let me ask you, not Andy. Let me ask you this question. Did you want, since Zuckerberg, is doing the metaverse, what did you want him to do? Get a time machine and go back in time to COVID? It's not COVID anymore. We're done. COVID's done. It's over. I know it's still there, but we don't give a shit about it anymore. Okay? It's over and done with. This happened now. Maybe because the ESPN thing, I don't know. Maybe he wants, Zuckerberg is interested in buying the UFC. This is happening right now. That is why they didn't do it during COVID. It's not like this was on the table at the time. It probably wasn't. In fact, at the time, they didn't want anyone in the fucking building because, they had to go with protocol and this and that. Having the billionaire sit there cage side, maybe Zuckerberg was, rocking the mask and he didn't want to be around anybody. I mean, it's not fucking brain surgery, not Andy. Sorry. Not sure if anyone printed this, but one thing I remember when Endeavor bought in was one commentator says he didn't think Ari and company in for long haul. Why do people talk like this? Just get it to certain level and sell. I know Zuck's fortune's almost in comparative free fall, but he'd be a pot tar. Who writes like this? Like what? Like they just developed their own fucking language. All grammatically fucked up. And anyway, I think what he's trying to say is Ari and company are not in for the long haul, which basically where I'm going with. Just get to a certain level and sell. That's basically what I'm saying. So I don't disagree with this guy, even though he put it in such a weird way. I don't disagree. So basically, if you just jump it in, this is what my theory is. I think that Zuckerberg was in the building. Dana White invited him there and says, hey, listen, it's just going to be about you. I want to have you to have this experience over here, right? By yourself, you in the fight. Maybe down the road, the metaverse if I do decide to work with you guys, it might just be an exclusive experience like this. We might just have something where the fan gets to put the goggles on and experience it the way I'm experiencing it. Maybe Zuckerberg wanted to sit cage side and not be distracted by anything else, and he was just trying to download the information and say, okay, how could we incorporate this into the metaverse? How could I do this? Dana White invited him there because Zuckerberg is a potential investor. Zuckerberg is a potential guy that's going to actually buy out the UFC. Or, who knows, when the ESPN contract is done, Zuckerberg, Facebook, Meta, whatever it is, maybe UFC streams exclusively over there. That's what happened. He didn't rent it out. Stop it. Now, if I'm wrong on this and it comes out that he rented it out, then you could all lash on me. It's good. Give him a bonus mark. Okay, so that's what people think. Everyone's freaking. Everyone just like jumps to the internet and starts freaking out. You know, that's the one thing about Twitter that really sucks. It's just a place for everyone to go and complain. All right, this is just a YouTube video, so can't play that. But I did see Sean O'Malley and Piotr Jan were going back and forth on DMs. Let's see. What's this? Stay home, bro. Fighters react to Zuckerberg's private show. Okay, we went. Oh, fighters react. Hold on, let's see what the rest of the fighters said. I'm curious what they said. Fighters mean more to me than us dopey fans. Okay, let's see. I'm curious what the fighters say. Okay. So this is from Latifi. I want that UFC performance bonus tonight. I know Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook is here. You can throw in a bonus too, you know. Help us out. Good for Latifi. I mean, you're not going to get a bonus in that fight. You won, but you're not going to get a bonus. The best part about the UFC event is the live crowd going nutso. Like, stay home, bro. What the fuck? Well, you know, Al's not wrong. It's just stay home, you know. I don't care if Dana invited you. I don't care if you fucking rented the place out. Just stay home, man. We want the crowd. See, I like that. See, that's how you tweet. Very nice. Not this Luke Thomas nonsense. Just get right to the fucking point. Well done, Al. Well done. You're a true pioneer and a hero. Let's see. Yo, who of us hasn't bought out an entire arena to watch athletes bludgeon themselves while we can't be bothered to be among the unwashed masses? I'd say for most of us, the lap of luxury involves buying brown mustard. That's Nathan the Great. Nathan Quarry coming in. And a little satire at this picture over here. It is crazy, right? It is fucking weird to see. Zuckerberg cage side, standing up, pumping his fist like, yeah, man, I'm the only one you can hear. Super strange. If I was a fighter involved in something like this, I would. Yeah, you're literally. You know what you've turned into. It's like, you know, when a crowd is there, you got that kind of old school, like gladiator feel. You know, so you got that badge of honor. But if there's one guy sitting there, one super rich dude sitting there with his wife, and the boss next to them, it's starting to feel like the zoo, like you're a zoo animal or something. Like this guy paid to go into the zoo, and he has this exclusive experience with that animal. You know, it's a little weird. Like fighters are turning into just like if you drop a couple of quarters into the into the pellet machine, you could actually feed them pellets through the cage. You know, really strange, really bizarre look. But yeah, it's all about money. Yeah. Basically, at the end of the day, whatever the theory is, money is the only thing you can connect to all of it. Like, that is the common denominator. Let's see what else we got here. It was so good. All right, hold on. That the UFC thinks this is a great marketing opportunity shows how out of touch they are. I'm old enough to remember when the fighters were the main draw, not the promoter. And certainly not guests at the fight. Okay, so I think Nate is way off. This was not a promotional thing. Now, did it help people? People probably watched the fight because, like, Zuck's going to be there? Let me see this. So it probably helped for promotion. This was not a promotion thing, in my opinion. This was not just for promotion. There is a bigger picture that poor Nate is missing. Mark Zuckerberg was like, Bigfoot tonight. Zuckermanberg fighting championships is Ali Quinta. Hit him with the Zucker punch, and the crowd goes wild. Me when a fan tells me they thought I got robbed. So Angela Hill throwing a little humor in there. Dan Ige says somebody should call out Mark Zuckerberg to fight in the meta. I mean, he's training, right? Maybe he will get in the cage. Who knows? Maybe Mark Zuckerberg's going to do some. Maybe we're all wrong. Maybe Zuckerberg loves it so much that he wants to do like some sort of celebrity MMA fight. Maybe he's, who knows? Gilbert Burns is laughing. Let's see, what is he laughing at? All right, hold on a second. Oh, the reaction here. Here we go. Let's see. She's like, ooh, violence. Oh my God, there's so much violence going on. And Zuckerberg's like, yes, bring it to me. Oh, she can't handle it. Look, she's oh my God. She's, oh my goodness. Oh my. Look at her. She didn't want to be part of this. She's like, wait, hold on a second. This might be too much. Now imagine you're in the meta. Imagine you got the goggles on. You're in the cage. It's fucking crazy, man. It's so weird. That was weird, man. Such a weird scenario. Zuckerberg buying MMA bodyguard. She was the best. Let's see what else we got here. Had the Facebook team at the Apex tonight for the UFC. What a great group of people. They really enjoyed the fights, and I could tell a lot of them train based on the questions they were asking. Thank you so much for coming. So this is Reed Harris coming in. Who is Reed Harris? I don't even know. I'm probably a casual for not knowing. Who is Reed Harris? What is his... All right, so former owner of WEC. Oh, I didn't even know that. UFC Senior Vice President of Athletic Development and Marketing. I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that guy? I don't know. I was not on my radar. Cody Gibson, we are living in a simulation, continues to happening. It could be happening. And yeah, here's the picture of Dana and the Zuck together. New shredded Dana and Mark Zuckerberg hanging together. He was the WEC boss? Yeah, I don't even remember that. Waiting for the screams. Who the fuck is Reed Harris? WEC was the shit. Dana looks like a giant next to Zuck. At least double the head size. Captain Obvious. All right, there we go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, fighters, for chiming in on the Zuck. All right. Cormier tells Rockhold to stay home. All right, let's switch lanes here. We've gone too far. By the way, I do want to talk about the events that happened during the weekend as well, so we'll dive into that. Let me check in on Ariel and see what he's doing on his show over here. He's just talking. Okay, so let me just say what Ariel's doing. Let's see. What are you doing, bud? He's sitting there. He's talking about football. He's talking about the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. 4,000 people watching him talk about the Bills and Steelers. So now let me see this. Let me say this in the chat over here. A free live chat. We're actually talking about some topics over here. Make sure you smash that like button, okay? Share the streams. What the fuck? Drop the OnlyFans in the chat. I mean, he's got, oh my, he's got like emojis now, fancy emojis, very MMA whole-esque stuff going on there. If you're a member of this stream, drop your emojis. I mean, what is going on? All right, so Cormier telling Rockhold, enough's enough. What do you think? Now, this is a buddy, basically, what's this board? Let's see, Paulo Costa, what we got here? Luke, don't come back. It's only been a few weeks, and it was absolutely perfect. It couldn't be better because Luke Rockhold has been the guy that has not been loved, but in that performance, he gained the praise of the masses. Not only did he gain the praise of the masses, though, he gained the praises of his opponent in the competition. Paulo Costa came up to me a week later and told me how special it was to share the octagon with Luke. So there is... that's what Daniel Cormier said. But according to Paulo Costa, I did not say nothing. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, Palo's funny, man. Palo's pretty fucking funny. The shit that Paulo Costa says. That's funny, man. So, all right. We'll talk about this. Daniel Cormier, friend. Now, that was some moment. That Luke Rockhold moment, he was a rock star after that. And then after the fight, I remember saying, I want more. I need more. I don't know. Put a lesser opponent against him. You know, this version of Luke Rockhold is fantastic. I could watch this over and over again. But DC has a moment. Luke comes around all emotional. They hug, they embrace, they kiss. Good friends. And DC's like, listen, leave the game. I disagree. I think that's a selfish move by Daniel Cormier. Now we see Cormier is a liar because Paulo Costa says that he was completely full of shit. No, you ride again. You ride again, Luke. You ride again. Because what is he going to do? Like the modeling career, how's that going right now? Is he going to get a podcast? No one would listen to that. He's a mushmouth. So, like, just do what you got. Like, keep fighting. I don't know. Just keep fighting, baby. That was fun. You don't have any serious injuries right now. If you have a serious injury or something like that, don't. But if you're healthy, you're cleared, and you want to compete, go for it, buddy. Who can go for it?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Zuck's Asian wife just donated.
That virons is too mar for me to rock at. I know right dat mar virons. I no take it. I know right watching people hurting each other. I tell my rich husband you join MMA I know be which you know mo wa. Ching chang chong ching 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 ching.
Wonderful, wonderful.
There we go. Look at that. Mark Zuckerberg's wife was nice enough to donate to us. Could you believe that? Do you guys have anything to say about that? I mean, I'm kind of speechless. I didn't expect her to donate to the show. But thank you, Zuck's Asian wife, for the donation. I don't have much more to say about Luke Rockhold. I think he should keep going. Yes, should Luke still fight? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. What do you want? What do you think? What do you think? Thank you, Pulse. Thank you. You stream a lot now. Papa Gummy. I did yesterday. David Bugner's laughing over there in the chat. Pulse like the fuck. Luke will fight again. I bet against $1. All right, Luke Rockhold, will he compete again? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Listen, this is a different hour of streaming over here. It's going to be a bumpy road to start off with, but I'm feeling confident that we're going to take this show to the next level. We're not only going to dominate the market at the evening, but we're going to dominate during the day. So one step at a time. You guys are the building blocks over there. Smash the like button and give me a comment. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Everybody. He has a few more fights in him. If I cared about him, I would say to hang him up. But I don't care about him, so let's go. I'm kind of with you. Kind of with you. Yeah, I guess if you were a buddy, you don't want to see him catch a beating anymore. Bet it gets you so angry to see. I don't even know who that is, man. I don't know. Listen, come on, guys. Here's what I got to say. You're here. You're here. So I'm good, baby. I'm good. What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's doing wonderful. We are doing wonderful. Do you think a Paulo versus Khamzat happens? I hope so. I hope Khamzat Chimaev and Costa fight. I think that's good. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Paulo Costa versus Khamzat Chimaev. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? I think it would be a good fight, right? Let's see. Costa versus... Here, let's go here. Tapology. Why not? We'll go to Khamzat. Boars. 89's better than 0, right? And we're streaming during the day. This is not our hour. We're doing something spanking new here. Calm down. Pump the brakes. Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay? Just calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down. Just settle your titties, okay? It's not, don't worry about me. Just worry about yourself. Trust me, we've been doing this for 6 years. We know what we're doing. Paulo Costa. I like when people in the chat are worried. They're worried about us. It means they care. Borachinha. How am I saying this guy's name? What am I fucking doing? How you spell his first? I don't even know. There we go. The eraser. Okay, let's put him side by side here. So you got the win against Luke Rockhold. You lose to Vettori. You lose to Adesanya. Before that, he was on the run. People thought he was unstoppable, right? But Adesanya, he had butt sex with him afterwards. And then everything kind of turned in the other direction. Marvin Vettori gets the win. I got to be honest with you, Marvin Vettori being the gatekeeper, a solid fighter, but never a champ. I'm sorry. He's not going to be a champ, Vettori. Just not happening. So he takes those 2 losses over there, then bounces back against Luke Rockhold. He did get popped, and let's be honest, Luke Rockhold, he's not what he was before. You know, this is a different Luke that came in there. So Paulo is still a very beatable guy. He's a very good guy to look at, right? He's got a beautiful muscles. He's got a beautiful face. He's got Ricky Martin going on here. He's funny on the interwebs. He's only 31 years of age, so he's still relatively young. So he's got a little bit, a lot more to give to the middleweight division, although he has trouble making that weight. So there's a lot of things in play over here. Then you look at KHAMZAT Chimaev, and he's in a little bit of a pickle. He's still undefeated. He had a situation with Gilbert Burns where people started doubting. People started doubting on Gilbert Burns over there. And I got to be honest with you, Gilbert Burns, he's a good fighter, so I don't doubt him. He's fine. He goes in against Kevin Holland. He misses weight by like 8 pounds. And what does he do? He runs him over. It doesn't matter. He still gets the job done over here. But he's in limbo. He's not a welterweight anymore. In fact, everyone's saying go to middleweight. So if he does go to middleweight, there are options there. You just can't throw him into a title shot. Paulo Costa might be the guy to put in front of him. And it's a tough fight. It is. But just with skills together and seeing Paulo's weaknesses, I got to be honest with you, I think KHAMZAT Chimaev relentlessly could get it done on Costa. I do. I think it's a fascinating fight. And going up in weight, fighting stronger, bigger guys, there's a reason why he fights at welterweight. He wants to take advantage of those smaller guys over there. It's going to be a little more problematic. I don't think Costa's as fast as a Gilbert Burns, but he's got more power for sure. The guy's got power. And he does have the grappling. Paulo Costa's not a bad grappler. So it's going to be interesting. It's a fascinating matchup here between KHAMZAT and Paulo. I would love to see them get this done and locked up. I just got to be honest with you. I think KHAMZAT holds the ball. I think it's in his court. And I don't know if this is necessarily the best career move for the guy with not that much experience. If you think about it. I don't think he has the... I think his team might say, okay, pump the brakes. I know you'll fight anybody, but might not be the perfect matchup for you right now. Because if you lose to Costa, Costa's not... he's got his blemishes over here. And the Luke Rockhold fight, he got cracked. He got hurt. So maybe not the perfect matchup for KHAMZAT, but I think for Paulo Costa it is. Costa beats KHAMZAT Chimaev, shuts up the hype train and all the fans. Looks great for Paulo. So great for Paulo, not as great for KHAMZAT. If KHAMZAT does get past Costa, the UFC probably would reward him with a title shot. I think just because of who he is. But it's still a lot of danger involved in this thing. What do you think? Do you think it's a good fight? Should a guy like KHAMZAT take it? We know Paulo Costa should take it, but should KHAMZAT take it? What are your thoughts on KHAMZAT Chimaev versus Paulo Costa? Sugar said on his podcast, I need to start training. This came up way too fast. That's funny if he said that, right? Oh my God. That's crazy. No way he takes as tough of a fight as Costa. Yeah, right. It's kind of risky. What do you think is Conor's return fight as well? Conor's return fight. I say Tony Ferguson, but we can't really give a guaranteed Tony fight because of what's it called? We don't know what's next. We don't even know if Conor's really coming back. He says he is, but we don't know. So we can't, I would just say Tony right now. If he came back right now, that'd be great. I know people say Diaz. Diaz not quite in the UFC anymore. Yeah, Tony Ferguson. I think KHAMZAT would survive the first round against Iron Mike Chandler. I think they should. I think they should make Chimaev fight Darren Till too. When KHAMZAT was talking about middleweight, I said the punishment should be Darren Till. That was the original thing that I said. And he's saying that missing weight is not acceptable. They're never going to fight each other. That's just not going to happen. But I think Khamzat versus Darren Till should be their punishment. They should. You want to play these games? You got guys missing weight. Darren Till's constantly pulling out of fights. Make them go against each other. I mean, I tell you what. If you want to talk about views, that would be popping. If former enemies, not quite enemies, but they were talking shit, then became best BFFs, and then now they got to fight each other. I mean, the storyline is there. You know, they could show all these clips of them in each other's corner having fun, you know, running around making videos and stuff like that. You know, Darren Till goes over there, trains at Khamzat, and then bang, they fight each other. Like, come on. That makes all the sense in the world, putting Darren Till versus Khamzat Chimaev. Makes all the sense in the world. But they won't fight each other. They just won't. I see Darren saying there's no fucking way I'm signing that contract. Because Khamzat would kill him. He would kill his bud. You know? So what do you think of the chat? Khamzat Chimaev versus Darren Till. Is there even a possibility of that shit happening? Let me know. Let's see. So with 209 votes over here. 209 votes. And, whoop, shit. What the fuck? 209 votes. Oh, shit. I hit the ban button. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, man. Did I hit that by... I'm sorry. Shit. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hide you there. If I had a moderator, I would tell them to unban you, but I don't. Sorry. Make another account. I don't know how that happened. Here we go. Here's the poll over here. Dana White lie about Zuck renting the Apex. 53% say yes, he did lie. 24% say no, and 23% saying sorta. I'm with the sort of situation section over here, but it's pretty much not half and half because sort of is a blend of both. So majority of people are saying yes over here. Saying yes, Dana did lie. So that's where the poll is at, in case you wondered. Let's roll into another story before... actually, let me get your comments with this Khamzat thing real quick. Hold on a second. Honestly, Bo Nickel is the only one that makes sense for Chimaev. Listen, it does. It's just so premature. But I get it. I would love to see that. 170, 185 is starting to look a lot like 45, 55 as far as top-notch competition. Yeah, because if you think about it, it's weird, right? You got 125, 135, 155, and then we go 170, and then we go 185, and now you're talking 15 pounds, right? So guys like Khamzat, guys like Darren Till, they're in this weird limbo, right? I think Khamzat could survive a little bit better with his fighting style, and he's still a fairly big dude, but the grappling will transfer over and he'll be fine. Whereas a guy like Darren Till is in limbo. He was big for welterweight and not tremendous at middleweight. You know? So it's a weird situation, that 170 to 185 step up. Chris Curtis, another guy. Chris Curtis used to fight at 170, but he was starving himself. He goes up to 185. He's undersized. You know? Even though he has the power, his power transfers over. He's still a stocky dude. He's not the biggest middleweight out there. You know, it seems like 170, 185, a lot of guys are floating in limbo. People are wanting to make 165, right? 165, 165, 165. That's what people want to make. Now no one talks about that shit anymore. Now it seems more like 170 and 185. Fighters are falling in between. Like, I can't find a weight class. So make them fight each other. The guys that are in limbo, that can't make welterweight and find themselves undersized at middleweight, make them fight each other. I don't know. It's not like Khamzat's a small guy, though, right? He's 6'2". You know, he could pack on the meat over there. He's got the grappling. So I think he'll transfer over fine at middleweight. Alex Pereira versus Khamzat. Let's go, says Dominic Reyes. Is that what you want to see? That would be interesting. I'd love to see Khamzat versus Pereira. I think that would be a crazy matchup. How much did you win the past weekend on your bet? So, not much, because I picked two underdog bets, but I'm up. So, we bet 50 and I won, where is it? It was just on, we're still up. So I'm reversing what I did before. We're betting on my bookie. The promo code's MMAHOLES for 100% match on your first deposit. We were doing great, and then I started doing parlays and really dopey bets, like just getting high and doing stupid shit. I'm back to my original plan, betting straight up, and that's how you profit. If I stick to my plan and bet straight up, you don't get the massive, super crazy hit, but you will always wind up on your feet and make money. And that's what I'm about. I'm about staying in the plus. So I'm going to work myself back up to the 1,000. Why is this not loading? Hold on a second. Let's refresh this. Let me see what Ariel's doing as I'm doing this. Ariel is talking to Bo Pickle right now. So Bo Nickel, very exciting interview with Bo Nickel going down. Here, I'm going to listen to a little bit. Hold on, let's see. Let's see if I can pull anything for you guys. Bo Nickel. I wonder if they're going to bring up SCHAUB and Food Truck Diaries. You do little things like a pro. I noticed you shaked Laura Sanko's hand in an interview. That's what Ariel just said to Bo Nickel. Very professional. The fuck are you saying, Ariel? Do you know your difference between the guys at your level in MMA? So basically, it sounds like he listened to a little Brendan Schaub's interview. It's kind of weird. Brendan Schaub scooped Ariel on this interview. And had him in studio. Okay, this is boring. I don't know how you guys do it. All right, I'm out. I'm out, Bo. I am out. I would love to see Bo versus Izzy to see if he could get Izzy down. I mean, he will get Izzy down. I mean, it's not even a question. Izzy will go down. But, you know, at this stage of the game, you know, it's still premature, and you gotta slowly bring him up. You know, work your way into the mix with Mr. Bo. You know, they got to play the game because they're going to get a bunch of views with this guy. The guy is clearly marketable. Sugar Sean O'Malley. I would love to see KHAMZAT versus Tony Ferguson at 170. KHAMZAT versus Tony Ferguson. No, you wouldn't. Whitaker KHAMZAT is what gets me up in the morning. Whitaker versus that is oof. That is a fucking great fight. I think way too far ahead. Yeah, Robert Whitaker. That is a fire fight. KHAMZAT Chimaev versus Robert Whitaker. Speaking of Bo, check IG. What do we got on IG? Speaking of Bo. Speaking of the Bo. Bo Nickel when Bo Penny and BJ Dime make their walkouts. Okay, I am definitely a casual with this is WWE reference. Okay, so here we go. Check out at the MMA Holes. What do we got here? Bo Nickel when Bo Penny and Bo Dime make their walkouts. Okay, I don't know what this even means. So thank God Will's on this because I have no idea what this means. Okay, I don't I don't know what that is. I don't even know if I could play it. But okay, so you're saying Bo Nickel is I don't know what's going on. All right, check out the MMA Holes. Let us know what you think. This is definitely over my it's over my head. I don't even know what that means. So Vince McMahon is Bo Nickel, I guess, right? Bo Penny and Bo Dime. Who the fuck is Bo Penny and Bo Dime? Who is that? I guess I'm assuming they're wrestlers, but who are they? Are they like popular? Jess is with the babes. She's with the babes. She'll be back on Wednesday's show. I don't know. I don't know where they are. Shit. I can't help you with that. I don't know those guys. I do not know, man. You don't know Bo. Where is my quarter? Where's Bo quarter? I don't even know what that means. All right, where was I? Got sidetracked. What the fuck? What was I talking about? KHAMZAT. I don't even remember. I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking. What was I talking about? I was talking about KHAMZAT and Whitaker, maybe. I don't even know. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to. Okay, you know what? Let me talk about the fights that happened this weekend. I didn't get a chance to go through that. You think it's just a meme about his name? Nickel Penny, is that what it is? All right, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Definitely over my head. But that's why we got the youth on Instagram. Nickel, penny, dime, they aren't real. Oh, it's a last name joke? Okay. Yeah, definitely. I got to ask Jessie if she knew what the hell that meant. Let's see. Let me try to get it. Bo Nickel when Bo Penny and BJ Dime. Oh, I see what you're saying. So they're all Bows and... Oof. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. That's... all right. Right over my head. And yeah, I feel like you know when Rogan has a guest on and they tell a joke, there's like a whole like Reddit thing about this where Rogan tells it. He has a guest on and they tell the joke and Rogan's like, yeah, like he just doesn't get it. And he just goes with it. He's like, all right, cool. And like the guest is like, that was a joke. Like they don't say the Rogan that was a joke. They're just like, yeah, all right. Yeah. Well, listen, there is a there's an audience for jokes. I am not the audience for that one over there. That one definitely. When you got to tell me it was a joke. Yeah. Don't effing get that joke whatsoever. Maybe I'm an idiot. I don't know. I think there is an audience. There's probably an audience for it. I'm focusing. I'm like, who the fuck is Bo Penny and Bo Dime? Who is that? I guess the joke would have made sense to me because you could, like, I don't know who Bo Penny and Bo Dime is. So even if the joke is Bo Nickel, Bo Penny, Bo Dime, it doesn't resonate to me because I don't even know who they are. So it could just be people saying, you know, Bo half dollar, you know. I don't get it. So I'm sorry, guys. I don't watch WWE. I apologize. I just don't watch any of this stuff. I don't apologize. Go fuck yourself. Let's see what else we got over here. So the card that was going to go into Jan versus Mackenzie Dern. So Mackenzie shit the bed. Lost the majority of the decision over here. I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not smart, but if I don't find a joke funny, I'm just going to say it's not funny. Like I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say, man. Like God forbid, I'm like, that's not funny. But what do you want me to do, man? What do you want me to lie and say, oh, that's hilarious? What do you want me to do? Mackenzie Dern versus Xiaonan Yan. Okay, so this fight over here was a little lackluster. Mackenzie had 2 rounds, and I got to be honest with you, I thought it could have been a draw. This thing could have very well been a draw, but that wasn't the... let me see how the judges scored this thing. Let's go to UFC News. UFC News. How about the next fight I'm covering? What do you mean the next fight I'm covering? Like with the next fight buddies? There's nothing this weekend. There's like boxing that's during the day. I was thinking about it, and then I snapped into, I snapped myself back together and said, nah, not doing that. Randy Brown, we reached out to Randy. Let's see what Randy said over here.
Obvious. It's obvious, and they can act like they don't see me, but they see me. They know what's going on. It may not be my best performance, but my worst performances are some of their best performances, better than some of their best performances. So it is what it is. And they see me. That's all I got to say. They see me. They see me.
Yeah. Listen, a win's a win. It might not be his best performance, but a win's a win. All right. Here's the scorecard to Mackenzie Dern. Okay. Here we go. All right. All righty. So let's see. Where's the any 10-8s over here? Nope. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, so round 5 and 2, which we could all agree Dern won, but one of them was a 10-8, according to Mike Bell. I thought you could make an argument for the second round, but there was a situation where Jan did come back a little bit, so I guess you can, yeah. What's the scoring by round? Let's see. I'm curious to see what the actual scoring was by round. Let's see. Round number 2, Dern with 56 total strikes to 17, the takedown, 2 submission attempts. Yeah, I mean, judging from this too, yes, it's lopsided. Okay, all right, it's fair. So they got it right. I'm not gonna go crazy over it. They got it right. I mean, you could make the argument about all you need is 1 round for it to be. No, you know what? No, I'm going to still argue. 47-47 is right. That is right. Hold on. Let's go to stats in the final round. That is right. Let's go to the round number 5. 97-15. That one takedown. I mean, significant strike-wise, you do have 7-4. But I don't know that. It felt like a 10-8. Oh, hold on. I'm showing you guys the wrong thing. Excuse me. If you count Dern's as a 10-8, then other fighters got hosed on decisions. It depends on what fight you're talking about, because we could make arguments, but I think she dominated in this situation. The only thing I could say is, even though Dern was dominating, I don't know if Jan was about to be finished, like totally. But I did get the urge. Maybe I have to run it back. I did get that feeling that there was a 10-7 round. I don't know. I just felt it. I felt it. But, who gives a shit? At the end of the day, Jan won more rounds. She won 3 of them. We could all agree on that. So she did win 3 out of the 5 rounds on all the scorecards. You can argue the 47-47, but you go to the judges, it is what it is. So, all right, I'm not going to go crazy over it. I do agree with the final judge, but it's not enough for me to go nuts. And I guess Mackenzie Dern is that girl. I guess that's what she is. She's one of them. She's one of those girls who has a lot of talent, really good on the ground, sloppy striking, chin out, can absorb a punch. But now she has taken 2 L's in the UFC. Rodriguez, who's a very good striker. Jan's a decent striker. Strong girls. She beat Nina Nunes, Tisha Torres. Tisha's tough, but she's small, Jendi Roba, who's got eyes all over the place. Ronda Marcos, female Dominic Cruz. I don't even think she's on the roster anymore. Hannah Cyphers. And actually, I'm sorry. She lost to Hebas, too. So she lost to decent girls. Hebas, Rodriguez, and Jan. I forgot about the Hebas fight. Beat Amanda Cooper. Beat Ashley Yoder. Damn, man. I tell you what. Mackenzie's got a bunch of wins, but when she's fighting the top girls, she's just not good enough. Oof. How old is she? 29? What do you think, guys? Is there any way that Mackenzie could kind of get past these top girls and get her way to a title shot? I don't see it. I don't. She kind of falls flat. It was a big opportunity. She's fun. Here's what I got to say about Mackenzie. She's damn fun to watch fight. Like, she's fun. She's sloppy, but she's fun. Because when she gets you on the ground, you're like, oh my God, like she's gonna submit her. She's gonna submit her. It's just, fun is not necessarily gonna give you a title. So I don't know. Perillo's got to get to the drawing board and maybe tighten up that striking. If she can't get it done on the ground, maybe find ways to win rounds on the feet. What do you think, chat? 2 recent L's, better pack it up. Don't see it. I'm not saying pack it up, but I got to be honest with you, I don't think she'll be a champ. You can tell by the way Dern talks that she knows she isn't there. Example, saying she won't call for a title shot. Yeah, it's almost like she doesn't believe in herself, if that's the case, right? Dern needs to learn how to take a fighter down and not have to pull. Yeah, it's true. That's true, right? Like, if she can't get that fighter down, she's pulling guard over and over and over again, putting herself in a bad position and trying to work her way into a good one. It doesn't look great. Yeah. Dern's ground and pound was horrible, truly horrible, says Matt W. I feel like Dern would have a very, very, very tasty clam.
Wonderful.
Nice. Very nice. How many are ranked above her now? Let's look. I mean, let me pull it up over here. The 115ers. Let's see. Let's see her path. I do like playing this. We played this game with Glover, and sure enough, Glover got a championship. So let's do it with Mackenzie Dern. Let's figure out the path to a champion. Boy, oh boy. I mean, oh God. Okay. So Mackenzie's sitting at number 5. She just lost to Jan. So she's not going to go down very far. She'll probably still, she'll be number 6. And I got to be honest with you, I think with a better game plan, she could beat Jan. I don't think Jan was unbeatable in that fight. So she could beat Jan. I don't think she beats Andrade. She can't beat Rodriguez. I think Zhang Wei Li will punch a fucking hole in her head. I think Rose, I mean, you don't know what Rose you're going to get that night. And Carla's got very good grappling. I think this would be a fucking interesting fight. Carla and, but not impossible for Mackenzie to get the win. So Carla, I think you can do a toss-up with Carla Esparza. You know what? She's not, yeah, I know that one, girl. I get it. It's not impossible. She's still going to sit at number 6. And, you know, the women's, it's not like super fucking stacked. That's crazy. She can. Dern has a chance to beat anyone if she gets on the mat. She does. Although Carla Esparza, I don't think she's going to beat her on the ground. I don't know. She could. Rose is a wild card. We don't know. Rose, 1 minute, is the best female fighter of all time. Next minute, she's kind of meh. Zhang Wei Li, her wrestling's gotten tremendously better. I'm actually, you know what? People shitting on Zhang Wei Li versus Carla Esparza. I got to be honest with you. I don't hate the fight. I know Carla Esparza was in a shit fight with Rose, but what do you think Zhang Wei Li's going to do? You think she's going to fight that shit like Rose? Zhang's going to come in like a lunatic. This fight's not bad. It's not terrible. Wei Li versus Esparza. And Zhang has a real good shot about getting that belt back. So I think Wei Li, Zhang, and Carla Esparza, don't sleep on that fight. Don't sleep on it. I think it's going to be a banger. I really do. But Mackenzie Dern can get back up there. She literally can win 2 fights and be in a title shot. Or maybe slip in on a short notice situation, and next thing you know, bang, she's got a title shot. Shit, man. Could get Rose, possibly. I know some stuff. Namajunas was robbed. I mean, it was such a terrible fight. Rose versus Carla 3? I don't know. All right, I'm going to move on from Mackenzie Dern. Let's give a shout-out. You got the Santos knee. You got Silva's knee. You have Allen's rear naked choke. By the way, Brandon Allen's so much fun to watch. I don't care if he's in play for a title, a contender fight. I don't give a fuck what. I always want to watch Brandon Allen fight. I love watching that kid fight. Chelsea Chandler making her UFC debut. She is a big, meaty girl that might be fun to watch down the road. I mean, just fucking walks forward constantly. Now, she fought Julia Stolianko, which is not like the best UFC fighter in the world. She's got good grappling. But, Chandler just fucking, damn, she looks like a tank. This was a catchweight fight at 140. I'm curious if she could, she probably could lose a couple of pounds. So we'll see what's next for Chandler. And Guido Canetti get me the big dub. First fight on the card, 42 years of age, smoking COSTA in the first round. And Randy Costa's in trouble, man. I don't know if he's going to be in the UFC anymore. So Canetti had a must win. Shoot over to Belletor over here with Pitbull versus that other guy, Borix. Shit fight. Don't have anything to say. Pitbull holds on, gets the win. AJ McKee versus Spike Carlisle was a fucking banger in the first round. Then AJ kind of settled in. It was still exciting, still interesting, but AJ was kind of in cruise control the rest of the fight and grappled and did his thing and was able to get the decision. But Spike Carlisle get a moral victory, just having fun in the first round and going the distance with AJ McKee. This fight over here, Jeremy Kennedy versus Aaron Pico. If you missed this, maybe watch it back. Actually, I think Pico put in a statement out here. Let's see. Aaron Pico. Still a guy I would like to interview, although we were having a little fun with the guy. So anyway, let me tell the story because probably a lot of people didn't even know what happened in this fight. So Aaron Pico is a prospect. The guy's got bombs in his hands. He can grapple too. He can pretty much do it all. He's at a Jackson Wink. He's had a couple of stumbles, but when he smokes people, I mean, they're highlight reel knockouts. The guy he's very good. And Jeremy Kennedy coming in here, representing the trans community, the UFC. The guy's fought all over the place. Solid fighter, plus 500 underdog, and was just working Pico against the cage, just working and grinding, just out grappling him, stronger than him, looked very good. And I was shocked to see how well Kennedy was doing. But then we're trying to go into the next round, and Pico's shoulder pops out of his socket, like warrior style, and it's just like kind of hanging, and he's got his corner tugging on it, and they're trying to pop it in place. was crazy to watch. And they were just giving it time for him to just kind of get that shoulder back going. The doctor looks at it, and Pico's in his face screaming, I'm okay. I can do it. I can fight. Like, he's just like, and the doctor's like, bro, just looking at him like, bro, like, and then looking at the ref and like, and then the doctor's like, no, we can't do this. So they called the fight off. Pico is all pissed off. And here, I didn't get to hear this, so let's see what Pico had to say after the fight.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Aaron. I just wanted to check in and kind of give you an update of what's going on. My shoulder's still a little sore. Yesterday in the first round, I think it was the first 30 seconds, I threw a hook, and my shoulder popped out. And my strategy was just to try to make it through the first round to get to the second round and put my shoulder back into place. And I tried in the fight, midway through the fight, I kept trying to put it back into place, but it just wouldn't go. And so I made it out of the first round, and my orders to my coach was, hey coach, keep in mind, guys, he's not an expert on he's not a chiropractor, doesn't know how to put shoulders back into place, but my orders to him were, hey, my shoulder's out, do whatever you possibly can to put it back into place. So we tried everything, and we couldn't do it. And ultimately the fight was stopped, which was probably the smartest thing, and was rushed to the hospital and put it back into place. I still feel there's some things that we need to clear up, but I'm gonna see a shoulder doctor on Tuesday and get some MRIs done and heal this thing. And I will be champion one day.
What's with that? What kind of accent does he have? Can you guys put your finger on that? He's got some sort of accent. I can't like figure out what it is.
The road is a little bit rougher than I would like, but it's all good. I'm in good spirits. I just want to say I appreciate all your kind words and always supporting me, and we will be back. Thank you.
All right, seems like a nice guy. There he is. He'll be back. Is he from Rochester? Is he? Where are you from, Pico? I know you train at Jackson Wink. San Jose, California. Is he from Rochester and moved there? Pulse, are you making shit up again? CTE accent. Pulse, are you just making shit up again, or where did you get that info? I love Pulse, man. You are making shit. Okay, thank you. He'll drop like breaking news from like this outlet that doesn't even exist. And it'll just pop you like, yo, did you hear the news? All right. Never trust the nightclub shooter, okay? Never trust one. Okay, so that's Aaron Pico. So thankfully he's healthy. He's healthy. Big shout out to Ben Rothwell getting the job done over here. By the way, Lorenzo Hunt, this is a really weird. If you one's in the chat, if you actually watched the bare knuckle event, it was bonkers. The first round was nuts. Looked like it was an illegal ground and pound strike. Looked like they were going to stop it. They regroup. They make the fight go. Just insanity. But Hunt gets the win over here. Guy's a lunatic. In fact, I probably should reach out to him. I think he'd be a funny guy to have on. Ben Rothwell making his debut in bare knuckle and smokes Bobo Abana in the first round. And let's see if we can get. Hold on a second. Let's see. Ben Rothwell had his post-fight speech with the let's play it for you guys over here. He brought it back. All right, let's see. How could you not love Ben Rothwell? Okay, hold on, let me pull it up here. Right now, Ariel Helwani has that Rick guy on his show with a shaved head, looking like he needs a little bit of a diet. Looks like he's packing on the pounds. Ariel's talking to his producer right now. But here on the MMA Holes, we have done a full show, and we're still going strong over here, talking about the news and hanging with the boys. Come on, baby. Shout out to the people hanging for the stream. Appreciate you guys jumping in. 105 likes. Let's go. New time slot. Going to take over the Monday hour over here. Okay, let's get this up over here. Let's see. Where's that Ben Rothwell? Ben. Okay, here we go. Jedi Goodman putting it up over here. The Jedi. Is that his real name? Jedi? Okay, here we go.
Make a first impression, my friend. Impressive victory, 19 seconds.
I'm glad this guy, by the way, I can't remember his name again, but the dude on the left, he was working with the UFC back in the day on the regional scene with Triton Fights. He was sitting next to us. He was doing the announcing for them. He was a ring announcer. And real nice dude. And it's just so cool. You see these guys on the regional scene, they're doing UFC stuff. Now they're doing bare knuckle or whatever the promotion is. Shout out to, I can't remember his name, but shout out to the guy doing the interview over here. Good guy. Cool to see him rise up from the regional scene.
You said you were going to make an impact. That's how you make an impact. I said I was going to put the heavyweights on notice, but I believe there's actually more questions now. That didn't show it. And I need everyone, if you're a fan, to let Dave Feldman know and the BKFC know that you want to see what I can really do, and as soon as possible. To every heavyweight out there watching, you need to know you have seen nothing yet.
Yes! He let it out.
Seen nothing yet.
One more time. I mean, we were all waiting for it. We all knew it was coming.
I've seen nothing yet.
It's so funny because he commits so well to the. It's not even mwahaha. It's not even that. It's not even like. It's not even. It's weird. Like if we were to do that, it would just sound like we're doing an imitation of someone doing an evil laugh. He is doing his own version. It's such a unique sounding laugh. Ben, give it to me one more time over here.
You need to know you have seen nothing yet.
Ben, answer your text. Come on the show Wednesday, please. Answer your text immediately. Because I got to be honest with you. We need to get that laugh back on the show. Okay? Help me out here. Help me out, Ben. Oh, give me a second here. Okay, here we go. All right, let's clean this up now and get the fuck out of here. I want to thank, hey, listen, I want to thank everyone for stopping by today. I appreciate it. 10 a.m. on the East Coast. I think it started, 1 p.m. on the East Coast, 10 a.m. over here with the mountains. Thank you guys for stopping by tonight. I had a great time hanging with you. I hope you guys had a good time. I appreciate the donations coming in on an early stream. I want to thank the Ariel Helwani for showing up. I mean, he's a busy man with his show. 4,000 people watching him talk to his producers. But I'm here talking to the best community in the world and a free chat over there. Let's go. I mean, there are other stories here. I'm going to touch on them quickly. See if there's anything that... Let's do this. Discord news. If you want to jump on our Discord, we have a link in the description down below. Before you go, you got to check out check out Bootleg Masvidal on DoorDash. Not sure if you can play it because of copyright, but I threw it in the Discord. All right, let me check it out. So what is this Bootleg Masvidal? I got to see this. All right, so it's just on regular Discord. Let's see. DoorDash. Okay, here we go. All right. I guess I mean, it's just a commercial, right? So it's just DoorDash's commercial. I don't see why not. It's like free advertising. If there's music, though.
Bring love in the morning. Plus the extra cash for Drew here doesn't smell bad either.
That's Masvidal. That's definitely him. Nice music. There goes Jorge. Go, Jorge, go. Very nice. Look at that. Shout out to Jorge. Hey, listen, he's not fighting anymore, but he's got to pay the bills. So he works for DoorDash now. That's definitely him. 100%. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's like, it's, yeah. That's definitely Jorge. I don't care what anyone says. All right, well, let's see. So we spoke about Luke, Ben. Let's see. 4-division boxing champ Adrian Brana calls out Nate Diaz. Come on, I don't want to see that. John, I mean, listen, I hope he fights him and makes money. I just don't want to see it. Does anyone want to see that? John Anik implores a referee pull out your testicles and take what? The fuck? John, it's bloody elbow, so take it with a grain of salt. John Anik implores referee pull out your testicles and take a point. Oh, so like, all right, so basically stop being a pussy. All right, say, what is the ref to do in the face of blatant rule breaking? Ask John Anik. That's why we love you, man. Oh, here's the People's MMA. Oh, look at the People's MMA getting a pop over here. Good for you guys. Bloody Elbow will never quote one of our things. People's MMA is actually good people. Actually, I'll even give him a retweet over here. I like this guy. This guy is supportive of us, so of course I'm going to be supportive of him. Where are you? Here we go. Retweet. There you go, People's MMA. I like this dude. He's just like he's one of the good guys on Twitter. There's not many good guys on Twitter. He's one of the good guys.
Or do you pull out your testicles and take a point, right? I mean, or do you pull out your testicles and take a point, right? I mean,
what the fuck? So what was that pertaining to? I didn't listen. Did John Ack really just say pull out your test? Yeah, why did he say pull out your test? Wow, I think the MMA Holes commentary is actually infecting the UFC commentary. Damn, that is very uncharacteristic. Okay, Anik, best known for squeezing dozens of sponsorship ads into every Ultimate Fighting Championship UFC broadcast. Oh, like, of course, Bloody Elbow's got to fucking take a shot. Commentary. This is supposed to be a professional media outlet. Like, at least we're not professional, so when we take shots. Oh my God, dude, it sounds like something we would say. I feel like we are definitely being a horrible influence on this sport. The key moment from the first round saw Trinaldo chase Brown back and press him up against the fence before initiating a takedown. Brown responded blatantly by grabbing the fence, saving himself from going down to the ground. The referee slapped Brown's hand away, but didn't even bother. All right, so yes, we said the exact same thing. We said, oh my God, we said Randy Brown.
Or do you pull out your testicles and take a point?
Now, we didn't say it in that way. We should have. I'm jealous. But yeah, so this was actually not the sequence. But yeah, Randy Brown was against the cage. And as Trinaldo was trying to work on this takedown, Randy just took a fistful of cage. Like, he buried the fingers in there and blatantly held on to stop the takedown. And listen, if they're not going to take a point, fucking go for it. I mean, what are you going to do, right? But I got to be honest with you, like, I could see why people would be upset. If you're stopping the takedown with the foul, something that could potentially change the whole momentum of the game, you should take a point away, 100%. I don't even care if you shouldn't warn. So it's a foul, you know. And listen, I'm glad they didn't, because I'm glad Randy won the fight. Randy, our friend over here of the show, real nice guy over there. We're rooting for Randy Brown, but in that situation, like Conor did it too. Like, he was grabbing and clawing on the. If you're blatantly doing that shit, if you're cheating, and I mean it is just clear as day, and the ref sees that thing. I mean, the ref grabbed his hand and pulled it out of the cage, like that. It was in there. Now, it's not like Randy was trying to be malicious. He just didn't want to be taken down. I don't blame him. You got to take that point away. You got to pull out your testicles and take a point.
Or do you pull out your testicles and take a point? Right?
Pull out your testicles and take a point, right? And I love how he delivered it as John Anik. So he didn't change his. He kept the delivery the same. As if he would read a sponsorship. He delivers it like John Anik.
Or do you pull out your testicles and take a point, right? I mean,
we got to make that a soundbite.
Or do you pull out your testicles and take a point? Right? Or do you pull out your testicles and take a point?
If someone could clip that, pull out your testicles and take a point, like right there, send it as an MP3 file to our DMs or our email so we can download it. We will add it to my soundboard over here. What should I take out? I mean, pull out your testicles and take a point.
Right? Or do you pull out your testicles and take a point?
Someone please send that to us. Make our lives a little bit easier. Thank you. Okay, so there's John Anik. Very nice job, John. It's a little weird, right? Do you think John was like all fired up because the Zuck was in the building? Like he's going crazy? Let's see, Lil Seal, goddamn. I just thought it was funny not having. Oh, what did Lil Seal say to him? What's going on here? Let's see. I don't know. I must have missed something over here. That's not even Masvidal. Yeah, no, that's Masvidal, definitely. What do you mean it's not Masvidal? How is him? Why is Johnny Walker calling? Yeah, let's just take it for the hell of it. Johnny Walker. We haven't spoken to him in a while. Let's get Johnny Walker's hot take on the topics, and then we'll get out of here. All right, Johnny Walker. Kevin from Chicago, welcome to the stream.
Hi, is Johnny Walker calling?
I mean, Johnny
Walker. Because I want to talk to my favorite.
Come on, baby. What do we got?
What's going on? What are you up to?
Hey, I had to take the call. I saw you over there, and I was about to wind it down, but why would we not want to hear from you? You know?
Oh, exactly. You know, I had to call in and tell you one thing that's been on my mind with all this Paul Brothers stuff is, remember a couple of years ago, I was saying Logan Paul is a bitch. He's a cuck. And Jake Paul actually tells it like it is. And has that come to fruition or what? I mean, Logan Paul, that dude just lockstep, total mainstream shit. And you see Jake Paul, he's out there telling it like it is, pushing back against the little establishment with the Andrew Tate situation. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't have any, to be honest. I don't think you're wrong. I think Logan and Jake are very different. And Jake is to the point. He's in your face. He's obnoxious, but he's trying to tell, quote unquote, the truth. Whereas Logan kind of beats around the bush, tries to play the nice guy, throws a little bad guy in there, but he's trying to play both sides.
So scared ever since that Forrest video.
Maybe.
That's what it is. I think that's what it is. But hey, how about Bo Nickel? Bo Nickel.
Yeah.
Got to talk about this because he is the hottest thing in town right now.
Okay.
I mean, Chael Sonnen said it himself. He said he's the winner of the week, so you know that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
It was, who said it? Aaron Pico said, if KHAMZAT and Bo Nickel were to have a wrestling match, Bo Nickel would destroy him. And I'm shocked at the amount of people. I'm shocked at the amount of people were saying, well, he wrestled in Sweden and he won some tournaments in Sweden. I was like, they have no idea about wrestling. Now we're talking MMA, of course. KHAMZAT, he definitely has the edge right now. He's been training for how long? But as far as that's concerned, wrestling, Bo Nickel dominates them. He destroys them, right?
Listen, yes. Wrestling, yes. I think just straight up wrestling, yeah. I think Bo Nickel, you have to say Bo Nickel wins that fight. But if we're talking about like Sambo, or, you know, if we're mixing it up over here, Bo does have ground and pound. It's not like he doesn't. And he got jiu-jitsu too. But I think that if it's just a straight up wrestling match, how could you not pick Bo? He's the guy for wrestling.
Absolutely. He destroy him.
I don't know about destroy, though. Do you think destroy? Like, I feel like he wins.
He tags him.
You think he taps him?
I remember someone was saying something with Gordon Ryan versus Pat Downey. Like, oh, Gordon Ryan, he's this jiu-jitsu master, and I think you'd be surprised. He can handle his own against Pat Downey. He got teched in literally 30 seconds, 10-0. And Gordon Ryan's the best jiu-jitsu player in the world.
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't think it's a lock. I mean, I think Bo wins, yes. But saying he lock taps him, I feel like that's a little extreme, no?
I think he texts him. I think he texts him. I don't think he gets taken down. I think he texts him, but
wow, okay.
I don't know. What do you think they're gonna do with Bo? Do you think they're gonna slow roll him, or
yeah,
you push him like Pereira?
I think it's gonna be exactly like KHAMZAT. You give him can, and then all of a sudden there's one guy that has like a little social media, push, or someone that's a little popular. He beats that person, then everyone's like, oh my god, this guy's the next champ, and then they fucking throw him into like the top 10. I have a feeling it's gonna be slow burn and then just injection right into the fucking rankings.
I mean, as far as middleweight, there's a few guys you want to watch out for. Who's that Brazilian dude? Muniz? Andre Muniz?
Yeah, he's good.
He's someone I think you kind of want to steer clear of. But other than that, I mean, I heard Darren Till was calling him out. Oh, he looked good. I love to show my left hand to him. Darren Till, another dude I was right on. Biggest height job in the history of the sport. Darren Till. Running his mouth again. Bo Nickel in his third fight will destroy you, Darren Till.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think everyone would agree with that.
Anyways.
Okay.
I had to come and get that off my chest. I'll leave you to it, though. Have a good one, bud.
Okay, be good. All right, there he is. Why would you not want to hear from Kevin from Chicago, right? People's favorite. Like, I could just feel the air sucked out of the balloon when he calls. But why not get it? All right, let me ask you this. I was gonna turn it down. I was gonna actually just fucking get off the air. But I'll tell you this right now. People of the chat, you want to call in? We got a Discord link in the description. One's in the chat if you want to call in. I'll take a couple of quick calls, and then we'll go off air and do our thing. There's no Contender Series tomorrow, so no live stream. Wednesday we'll be back on. I'll be scrambling around, seeing which guests I'm gonna lock up for Wednesday. Yeah, so no Contender Series Tuesday. Friday will be on Fufuka Friday. Saturday there's no fight, but I'm thinking about having a little barbecue stream, get on the phone, hang with the boys, talk some UFC, talk whatever, just kick back, have some drinks or some CBDX.com, whatever it is. But let me know in the chat. I have a feeling we're pretty much done here. I don't think anyone wants to call. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say thank you very much for showing up tonight. I want to thank our sponsors over here, CBDX.com. The promo code is MMAHOLES for 100% match on you. I mean, 100%. That's my bookie. Excuse me. CBDX.com. Promo code Mma-Holes for 20%. If it was 100% off, it'd be free. 20% off the finest of THC products. Go check it out. CBDX.com. You get a free gift on your first order over there. Also, must be 21 plus or older to order. Let's see. Here is mybookie.ag, 100% matching your first deposit, and get double that money. Let's go, baby. Get it going at mybookie.ag. That's what we use. Promo code MMAHOLES.
Wonderful.
But then when CAMZAT smashed the O, Kevin will call in saying, I knew that was going to happen. College wrestling don't work in youth.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I think Bo wins. I think Bo, if it's just straight up wrestling, Bo versus KHAMZAT, I go Bo. I do. But just saying, oh, he's going to tap him and this, it's just like, I mean, come on. Can we be somewhat realistic? I don't fucking know. Thank you, Uncle Chrome. Thank you. I appreciate that donation. Wonderful right there. Let's give a shout out to the rest of our sponsors here. Sheath Underwear, promo code MMAHOLES for 20% off. The Sheath Underwear, there's a link in the description down below. Head Rush, same thing. We got 2 links for Head Rush. US and Canadian link, 20% off. The promo code is MMAHOLES. And ESPN Plus, if you're going to watch the fights, we still got 2 more years of ESPN sponsorship. So if you're going to watch the fights, use our link in the description down below. And everyone that uses our link, it's a promo link. It helps us. It supports us. And you get all the UFC content.
Wonderful.
There you go. All right. Once again, thank you to the donators. Thank you for the members for being in the chat. I do see a call over here. I'll just take this one for the hell of it, and then we will get out of here. Here, we'll call this one over here back. There we go. There we go. Hey, let's see. All right, going once, going twice. We tried, Knitter. We tried calling back. All right, we're out of here. We'll see you Wednesday night. Mystery guest, hit the notification bell. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you're just lame. I don't know what to say. Share the streams out. Say, hey, I had fun on a Monday. Way more exciting than Ariel Helwani doing absolutely nothing over there. I want to thank Julian Lane for coming on the show once again. We'll see you Wednesday night on this channel, live, sexy, and wonderful. Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.